one of her streams. Whatever, Edie. First of all, okay, I've been sitting here and I have proof. I sent the photos to Horror, but we are waiting because her computer is being a dick right now. The reason why she is not saying anything is because she cannot. She has lost her voice. And how she's lost her voice, we don't know. Well, we kind of do. There's something in her programming that's, oh, did you puppy? Sydney? No. Sydney, yes. I was going by the length of the legs. But hello everyone. I know there wasn't a Tuesday stream last week. And there almost wasn't going to be a stream at all today. Oh!
Okay.
Oh, and the Lord said, let there be sound. Hi, Alex!
So retarded.
I told you, it does it to me sometimes with my camera. So remember I told you a couple months ago that I recorded like 7 videos in a row and all of them were silent?
Mm-hmm.
Because for some reason, sometimes the microphone will be in use somewhere else.
Yeah. The weird thing about this is, so the default on my computer is this. It's my Rodecaster microphone.
Right. Just and like how my Quadcast is mine.
Yeah, it was set to use the default on my computer. So for whatever reason, I don't know what I was possibly using, that this Steam microphone thought it was okay to, after a restart, continue being okay, hijacking my shit.
Do you have a game that, like, it's a horror game that listens to your voice?
No, the only thing that I have close is Party Animals, and it does have an in-game, but this hasn't done that before. I've played it a couple times since then.
We did get a question, though, and it's a valid one. Hello, Jules. Welcome. Hi. I don't know if you're originally one of my followers or one of Horror's followers. What is supposed to happen here is we talk about animals. It doesn't always work out, but I did have but I do have some fun things to talk about this week, including I started trying to watch The Meg 2. I did not make it through. I couldn't. I tried. God bless me. I tried. But welcome, guys. If you are new here, you can do one of two things, because this little lady here has what, less than 300 now watch hours left?
90.
90. She has 90 watch hours. What are you doing in this side? If you are here watching and you plan on being here for the next couple of hours, we need a few of you, or all of you. You can go ahead and have both tabs open. Just go to Horror's Facebook, YouTube.
Don't go to my Facebook. You'll never find it.
Go to her YouTube, open that tab, open up this live stream on there. You can leave it on silent. Oh, well, thank you, Jill. She's a follower, or he or she is a follower of me.
Congratulations.
Okay, so, hi, Hunty. There should be a Tuesday stream tomorrow. There should be.
Hi, Rachel.
More drama for the house has incurred.
Of course.
Including me suddenly requiring $2,000 more than I have.
Oh, shit.
And $2,000 more than I can have access to. If all goes well, I won't need it. And then on top of that, I've got to do dancing around with insurances tomorrow to when I tell you guys I had to scramble today to do a lot. I have a really good Tess Holiday video that's in editing. I did not get to it because as I was finishing my coffee and I was getting up, I get a text message from my loan officer. And she's detailing me all of these bank records I've got to get, all of these 401k records I got to get, the insurances I got to get a hold of. And I was like, and then on top of that, Starman and I might have had a fight tonight. So it was just a great day. And then on top of that, this is where the sad part is. I got my order in from Reed Street Soap, and I'm really excited to use the soap. I don't think they let the soap dish cure long enough. Because whatever oils they use to keep it from molding or whatever, guys, it gave me a you guys know I'm already delicate. I'm like, I'm a little delicate flower.
I'm actually worse than you are, believe it or not.
See, it's a fat girl thing. And
but I'll be honest, they may have let it cure enough. That stuff still has a stench attached to it, and it will for a while.
Right, but I've been around this stuff a long time. Like my mom ran a wicker store, and I've worked in soap stores, and I've worked in small businesses. So like I knew what happened because the soap dish I ordered was on back order. So I know it's a brand new soap dish. And I think in their excitement to make sure to get it out because of the holiday season, I think they just were like, oh, it's fine. And especially if they're used to it, like, you know, because these are handmade. I can tell I believe it's a she that owns Reed Street. She made this herself. And very impressive, very lovely. I adore it. I got a sore throat, I got a slightly stuffy nose, and I got a headache and a little bit of nausea from it, like that. So currently it is soaking in a soap that I know for a fact has oils, and someone's in my sink and I do not have the effort to date.
Breathe.
Anyways. Happy thoughts.
You don't want to kill an animal. It's okay.
No, because I have found out some fun little things today that my animals have been doing. For instance, so I haven't been able to get to the kittens, right? Like their vet stuff is far behind because how to prioritize the house. Guess who pissed on my bed 3 times this week? Dante. He has come, his balls have come in, and now the hormones are coming out. He has tried to mate with both of his brothers several times. The fighting in the crate has been bad, and I'm like, can you horny motherfucker stop it? And so that's the first problem. And then I found out what Sinbad has been doing, and all this week has been under assault because Penny has migrated back into the office, and she decided that, okay, I'm gonna show you. See my little face right there? That's my markers that another friend sent me. Okay. I couldn't find Penny when I came in 2 mornings ago. Hear her yelling. Can't see her. She had dug the markers out and was behind them. And right above that is my very expensive Tremor Tusk. One of the few models I have. So I had to put up the purse that Gingerdill gave me to keep it safe.
Yeah.
So I just subbed to StarMorata and was thrilled to see a video about fixing your own toilet 2 days after I had to go. Oh, no. The silent yell. Oh yeah. So it's just like, you know, just a bunch going on. Just about. Oh, and then Orion, because as I said, Starman and I got in a fight earlier. And our fight was more of an emotional talking fight. Orion got it across his head.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Lewis.
To start chasing and trying to bite the cats. I'm like, oh boy, what's going on? Is Mercury in Gatorade? What's going on today? Like, I don't know.
Full moon, maybe?
No, I know for a fact it's not, because when Starman got, did I tell you guys what happened with the telescope?
Yeah.
Didn't know, several hours, all that jazz. That day the moon blinded me, so I know it's not a full moon. That's all I could see was just this blinding white light. But I did have some animal stuff to share.
Just get comfortable, you little bastard.
Yeah, Luna's down here because before you guys I turned on, I had Aria in the hoodie. Super.
It was very cute.
As soon as I took a little video saying, I don't know how long this is going to last, but it's really cute, I turned off the camera and Arya went, I was like, well, fuck you too. And so then Luna has been demanding my attention. And I mean demanding, like I'm in the middle of washing dishes. She climbs onto my back. I'm in the middle of going potty. Heaven forbid I stop moving for 2 seconds. She will literally bull rush me. The video you guys are about to see this week about Tess, Calliope was all over me like white on rice. Like when I tell you, I don't know what to do. They've all been nuts. They've all been nuts. Anyway, so I put her in the hood, figuring she's been desperate for attention. Not that desperate. And so, oh, that's Alex.
Yeah, that's Alex.
Doesn't he look so young and youthful?
For a 10-year-old cat.
I was like, tell him the secret. And
is he just such a bastard? Come here, you little buddy.
8 years ago, was 2016 8 years ago now? Yes, I know it was. 8 years ago today, Axel was still brand new in my household, and he and I were sick as dogs under quarantine. And I have this video on my Facebook of me and him, and I put him up to the camera, and you hear, and like you just hear him wheezing.
Oh,
practically Benjamin Buttoning, just a sweet, tiny, youthful buddy. He is. And one of the calmest cats you'll ever see getting a impacted scent gland expressed.
Can you hear him?
The stripy babies. I call all brown kitties like that stripy babies because I have I have two technically, but Hendrix is my stripy baby. Calliope is just my psycho baby. But today I was on Facebook and I was scrolling through the yard sales, and the yard sales had a puppy for sale. And this puppy is a Chorky. Guess how much?
Just breed two neurotic dogs together. Great idea.
Someone in the comments, so I screenshot it and I shared it to the dog group, and that was the first thing someone said. They were like, "Ooh, that's a personality combination," and I literally I commented on it. I was like, "The shelter is full." Especially in North Carolina, the shelter is full of Yorkie Chihuahua mixes. Guess how much this backyard breeder wants to sell it for?
$3,000.
No, not that much. They're not that stupid. Oh. 500. And I'm like, most adoptions here are 100 to 200. Save yourself the money. Just go adopt a dog that's going to get put down instead. And I was just like, because then on top of that, she wrote, I have the papers. For what?
For what?
Did you use crayon to make them? Like, fun fact, guys, I may not be a purebred kind of gal, but mixed breeds are not recognized. You can't get papers for them.
I mean, you can show their mother's papers and you can show their father's papers, but that's still a mutt. It's still a mutt. And the thing is, like, they've even made exactly, Jules, exactly. I'm trying to imagine a ball collapsing on itself. Hold on, I'm gonna send it to Horror. Hold on, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna send it to her, and you'll all see the Chorky. They never look right. Know that cougars aren't big cats. They're not? So in animal news, I've had arguments with my mom on how lions are not classified as big cats. How are mountain lions not big cats? What are they? So it's because of, it comes down to who can roar and who can't. Oh god. It does because of their vocal cords. And also I'm trying to think of the word. Casual Geographic did a whole breakdown on it, and I was watching it, and it's really great. And Yeah, Rachel's saying her mother found the casual geographics video. Oh God, she froze. Oh God, no, I'm alone. Well, let's find out. If they're not big cats, why? Oh, maybe it's my end. Shit. Because now I can't type. Oh, that's why I can't type. The dumbass cat. Yay, you're back.
So supposedly today we're getting a massive storm in. That must be what's happening.
I feel like the gods are trying to conspire against us.
For real. Today's the day, because now you're frozen on my side. You're not frozen in the little margin, but you're frozen on my side. Let's see if I switch this up.
Well, that's great because my cat, there we go, broke my keyboard.
Hold on, I'm going to turn you off for a second and turn you back on. Okay, let's wait a few seconds. Damn you! Oh, well. That's fine, Silvar. You may, darling.
Stop stepping on the keyboard. Now it's the black one.
Don't talk about your boyfriend that way.
If he steps on the keyboard, I'm just going to beat his ass.
The black one. Oh, Vincent.
Hi, my baby.
I'm glad nobody's getting in a fight tonight. It's nice. It's beautiful. I'm enjoying this.
Oh, you purring. You purring. He's so quiet. When he purrs, all you can feel is rumble.
I love when you have to get really, really close to hear the purr.
You can't even hear his. You can just feel his vocal cords vibrating. Though if he does get loud, he drools.
I googled civets. I need to kiss it in the mouth. Civets are beautiful, but apparently their anus makes better coffee than their face does. Why are you being cruel to me tonight, phone?
Hi. You a pretty boy. Yeah, you is. All right.
Yeah, all right. I have sent horror. You guys ever heard of civet coffee? Supposedly, the greatest, best tasting coffee in the world is coffee that's been processed through a civet's poop.
And by process, they mean they fit it to them and then they shit it out and they wash it. And then they serve it to you.
But it's super sanitary. It only has the slight scent of fecal matter. I mean, I'm never finding out, but still. If Sheep says on your keyboard, why is he on the desk and your keyboard on the floor? I
don't know. Either way, he's in trouble.
I like how everyone's like, what? Yeah, it's true. It's the real shit. Exactly. Yuck. Exactly. My dad is a coffee fanatic. He looked at me, he said, you get that for me? I am divorcing you as your father. I was like, gotcha. No problem. It's like the Sumatra coffee. I will say it's not Sumatran. Turkish coffee made in the sand. I want to try that. How could it change? So supposedly the digestive juices. Supposedly the way civets digest it is what changes it up. I am so sure. We've talked about this before, haven't we?
Civet poop? No.
I could have.
I mean, you and I may have. I don't know that everybody else has been here for it.
Does Sumatra get pooped out? I mean, I don't think the entire country. And if it is, I want to see the animal.
It's a human.
So let me show you guys. This is the Chorky.
I mean, he's fucking cute, but it's so fucking wrong.
Oh, so wrong. Really cute puppy. Really cute. Oh, and then here's just my aminals. Greta. This is since I know you guys don't see her a lot, here's Calliope. She has been all over me. But here was Luna. Stop, that's actually precious. I know, my babies are so cute. This is Luna in the hood. And then this is Aria earlier in the hood. And a little video. I said, just two fat chicks hanging out in a hoodie. Tiny Luna is in comparison to Arya. But I thought you guys want to see how cute that is. Damn it, you're still frozen.
I feel fine.
The cold never bother you anyway. Oh, and guys, I was totally being millennial earlier. So as I'm waiting for horror, I could see myself on the screen. And have you ever like seen yourself in a camera, like a security camera, and you're like, shit, that looks really good. But when you try to replicate it on your phone, it never works. So instead, I just took a picture of the screen. And I can't lie, I really like the way I look in the photo.
It's not focusing right.
I don't know why it's not.
Because it's your camera and it's stubborn.
Yeah, but sometimes it does focus the phone properly.
There you go. That looks really good.
Like, it's a really nice photo of me. Slay, thank you. Listen. I wish I could see Horror's face so I could see her put the hood up so we could both slay. I can only see a teeny tiny version of you. You gotta make sure you hood it like you're some ancient. You gotta hood it forward, like yeah. And puff it out. Pop your collar like you're a 1950s hoodlum. Yeah. Check us out. We are the wizards of animals.
I am a druid. Thank you very much.
I'm a constellation druid and she's a space druid. Okay. I'm gonna roll for my dexterity. Anyways, does the fluffy hoodie have secret pockets for a headset in the hood? Mine doesn't. I don't know if the brand she has does. Look, you're about to sell me potions and pickpocket me while I shop.
Accurate.
These two about to go to the ball and throw down some sass, Mr. Bingley. Luna, what you doing over there? Oh, who wants to see some Star Sun lore, by the way? I was trying to find something earlier this week. Don't laugh. But I've collected Monster High dolls for years. But I stopped when I moved here about 10 years ago. And I can't find my dolls anywhere. Anywhere. I've taken apart everything. But what I found was 19 Star Sun.
Oh, wow.
Then I found 2009 Starman and Starson.
Oh, look at that couple.
That was the night we got engaged. I love my dolls like my children. Yeah, all my MLP dolls and all of my Monster High dolls are missing. And then this is me on the night of my graduation.
Nice.
And my friend Kristen. Star Sun and light gray, but horror in the color is out of space. Yup. And then I found my prom picture. Where is it? See, I had to hide them because Penny's been up here attacking everything. And like just being insane.
Emu. Oh no, that's emo. Sorry.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see my prom picture. And that's exactly what you're gonna say. I was 100% an emo goth kid. 100%. I can't even tell a lie. Just gotta dig all my shit out. That's me as a baby.
It's a baby.
My grandmother and her husband. I've got 5 billion walks down memory lane. Me and my brother at the only time we ever went to Disney World. And that Pluto was $50 back then. And I am 4 in that photo. So imagine what that Pluto would cost today. More Star Son lore with Starman. Here is the infamous Seamus, my first psychopathic cat.
Aw.
She was stunning. She was just crazy. But where is my prom photo? Here it is.
That pun was crafted. Thank you, Silver. We appreciate your. No, we don't. It's not focus. Focus.
Focus. Come on.
It's all blurry.
Do it.
See, because of how my phone works, I keep just wanting to. There you go. Very nice. Cute dress.
I got made fun of for that dress. That's
Why?
because I went to Fashion Bug and everyone else went to like shit, what was that place back then? I didn't get a slutty dress, I'll put it that way.
Oh.
Because back when I was in prom, now all my friends were similar to me. But at this time, the style was girls wearing literally something that just covered their breast with a single line of fabric going down to low hips. And that was it. That's so cute. Did you enjoy your prom? You know what would have made me enjoy my prom more, Jules? If my then boyfriend, now husband, had joined me. But you see, the night of my prom, Starman and I had only been dating for a month. And Starman felt it would be faux pas to accept my parents' money to rent a tux, even though all I wanted was my boyfriend to join me at the prom, since most people didn't believe he existed.
I'm getting this sense that perhaps she's still bitter after all these years.
This is one of my dad's parking passes from when he worked for the Patriots.
Cool.
Like, what really bothers me is I had play notes that were held by Bill Parcells.
Oh.
I had them up on a shelf. Seamus is the reason I no longer have those play notes.
I understand the feeling. We used to have a whole bunch of Steins from Germany. And you've never met him because he died in my early 20s. Well, early 20s? 30s, sorry. Mid-30s. My black cat named Spooky would regularly, when he was mad at everybody, jump up on the shelf they were on and knock them over. Because he was a monster asshole.
I was like, sounds like an asshole.
He was a serious. The same cat. Not kidding. Same cat would run up the back of your. If I left the house without feeding him,
oh God,
he would run up the back of my father's legs when he got out of bed and bite him on the ass. If you left him in the bathroom when you went to get in the shower, and you entered the shower by the side where the toilet was, he would bite you on the ass. When I was.
Fixed?
Huh?
Was he fixed?
Yes. He was very fixed.
He was very fixed. He was so fixed we cut off the shaft.
Literally. Because he used to keep getting these bladder infections.
Oh, he's the one.
He's the one. He cost us thousands of dollars. We had to cut his penis entirely off.
See, he doesn't understand that, so he was getting revenge for the rest of his
life. No, this was before we did that. We hadn't even done that yet. This was before. And then when I was about 13, I was sitting on the floor talking to my mother, and I threw my head back as she said something and laughed, and he ran up my back and scratched across my gums as he bit me on the back of the head.
This sounds like how Arya was when I first got Arya. That's how she was. I could not raise my voice around her. She would attack me. Like, go for my face.
Yeah, he was an asshole his entire, all the way, he kind of got quiet and still his last year or two of life because, he was 18 But you know,
Fighting at 18. 17, he was still rip roaring, but 18, he's like, you know what? I'll chill.
that cat was an asshole nearly his entire fucking life. We had a back door. It had one of those instead of having the push button on the inside, it had one where you'd pull it down. Figured out how to open the back door so he could let himself out.
Think of all the lovely stories you wouldn't have.
When he would get mad at us if we hadn't fed the dogs, he'd pee in their food dish. No, I got him as a kitten from a pet store.
He made you regret it.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. He was special. I mean, I loved his little bastard ass, but despite the fact he was fixed, he'd still occasionally come into my bedroom in the middle of the night and try to hump my arm.
This is me at 10.
Oh, I have one.
And this is me at 12.
Wednesday Addams, but Italian.
So my mom wanted me to look. There's a photo of my mother somewhere that looks almost identical to this.
So Wednesday Addams, but Italian.
Right. The Italian Wednesday Addams. And I found a bunch of my old artwork as well. It's that's me. Very generous version.
I'll give you 3 guesses who chewed on this.
And I hate that I can only see the tiny version of it.
That's actually a reasonably big version.
No. I can't see it because of the screen.
Oh, yeah. That's me at 7.
Oh, baby horror. This is my friend Ashley that passed away.
Oh.
And this is my friend Cassandra.
Hold on. Oh, that's a cool one. It had a strange black obelisk as a scratching nose. It was in it was in North Dakota, so I wouldn't rule it that it wasn't built out on an old Indian burial ground. It was entirely possible.
Strange black obelisk. Silvar got him tonight. When he on his shit, he on his shit. You son of a bitch, stay open. Marron.
My cat was fucking evil. Cute, but evil. Huge, but evil.
Seamus was cute, but evil. Well, all right, so she wasn't evil. I would say she was, oh, you're alive again after you show the photos. Anyways. You move again for me. You weren't moving before, but now you are. Get the fuck in there. Oh, look at you. Your cute little apple cheeks.
Mom crimped my hair.
My mom had to keep straightening mine.
I could go either way, but I had, it was the 80s. So we had one of those literal crimper machines.
I remember those. If you guys want sketchbook tours instead of me drawing tomorrow because my hands are numb from a lot of the shit that I do, let me know. I am going to have a much easier time streaming sketchbook tours because I got a shat ton of old sketchbooks over here. Oh, yes, I do, Nana. Yes, I do. I've got some from like, hey, that would be a great merch item. Harmora scratching post that looks like a Shulu obelisk. Yes. Yes, that's lit. Okay. Well, if you guys want it, I shall do so tomorrow. But whatchamacallit. See, I never think people want that kind of shit. Like,
well, that's why people have to tell you what they want, and then you tell them what then they tell you what they want, and then you give it to them, and everybody's happy.
That's true. By the way, guys, don't forget I have merch now.
She does have merch now,
and I have a new intro. Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Do you guys want to see my new intro?
We should see the new intro.
Let me see. Where are you?
I mean, granted, we'll see it with the next video, but we should see it anyway.
Very true. Hold on. Let me get it up. Hold on. Come on. Oh my god, is it not going to play it because we're on?
Possibly.
So dumb.
Is it not in the branding stuff?
It's in my branding. It's just, it's... Oh, on here? No, it's on my computer. All right, let's
I have no idea how to manufacture that beyond carving by hand from some kind of wood. I would actually recommend that it would be done with a shaped, like do some kind of hard cardboard and then dye sisal rope black and wrap it around because cats really like sisal rope. At least mine do.
That's true. You can get a 2x4, and as long as you get pet safe glue and just wrap it around, you're great. That's it.
Yep.
Hold on, let me show you guys.
Hey guys, don't forget, like, comment, subscribe, share. Make sure you spread it everywhere. And if you love me, you want to support me, I have merch. If you love my art and you want to support me, I have a Patreon. You can follow my Instagram. And if you just want to support me while also having fancy dancy badges and exclusive emotes, you can join my membership. Stay tuned at the end to see anything else you might want to know. Links are in the description. Let's go.
What do you guys think?
I hope it sounds better than what it did there.
What happened there?
It sounded very far away.
Oh, it might
Kenny.
because of the fact that I had it like low.
Okay. Other than that, it's great.
I try to make sure it's not super loud, not the wow sound. Did you even hear that part? Because
Yeah.
if you didn't, oh, okay. So good. That's good then. I try not to make it super loud because I don't want to have to minimize it. I love the anime girl. Wow. I have it in my video essentials, but I almost never need it. Sounded far and echoey.
Exactly. Yeah, it did.
I wonder if it's because it's on my computer. Because like when I sent it to others, it didn't have that problem.
Yeah, I bet if you were to upload it into Restream and play it from there, it would sound fine. It's probably just the way it was played through.
Yeah. But content and efficiency, thank you.
Yeah.
Eventually, it's going to be animated like the old one was. But I need to sit down and be able to like
Animate
it. And currently,
time and work.
it's the lock. And that's just to do like stop, like the just a simple picture that then points to things. Heaven forbid if I actually have to animate, like, you know, with the mouth moving. It's
Mhm. Traditional animation type, yeah.
Eventually, I have all of these things I want to animate, but hello, Bobelito,
Puppy.
my fraud son. But yeah, it's I'm trying to update everything. I'm trying to make it all beautiful and nice. Mom, can I rig you a VT? Yes, you can. I just don't have the money to pay you for it, babe. Like, you can 100% do so. I just, one, have to be able to design it, and two, have to be able to pay you for it.
The hard part of that's doing the layering.
Because that's the thing I have to do. Like, I have never...
Have you seen my new one?
Shirt in black someday. I have it for sale in black. Make it a frog. Make it a frog. Girl, you don't gotta... Oh, then yes, let's figure it out. Because I would love to have a little VTuber to do that kind of shit with. Or like on videos when I don't feel like any of that.
But have you seen my new VTube avatar?
I have not. Show
Hold on. Because I got to go through a couple things to make it work.
Dance, monkey, dance.
I'm going to have to do it that way. And then I got
I was so happy the day she showed me her face. You had no idea. I didn't know at all what she looked like. Then one day I forgot. We got on a video call for something. And I was like,
you have a face. Yeah. Everybody's always surprised when I have a face. Where'd it go? Over here. There.
Popular.
Blah, 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 blah.
Amos? Oh, Amarada's got you.
We're loading. Takes a second.
So,
There's that.
is it difficult to use one?
Oh, hell no. Very easy.
What I want to eventually do is have one that's rigged with arms and shit.
The arm thing is a little more difficult because to get it to track that, you have to have some fancy stuff.
I'm too poor for fancy. When you find out your sexy VTuber wife who's a 60-year-old man all along with a voice changer. Right.
Damn you. Hold on.
I was like, that's not you.
I forgot a thing. I forgot a step. There we go.
Hello, Brahma. Woo!
Hey, Brahma. And I'm
Oh,
listening.
the tentacles move!
Yes, when I talk, they move.
Oh my god, the eye rigging is beauteous.
Yeah, except for the fact I blink a lot because I have glasses. Or wink a lot, I should say.
Wink at me. I want to see you wink. Ah!
Yeah, sometimes it works better than others.
Hunty, will mine be able to do that?
Oh, I have other tricks that I don't really get to use a lot. So watch this. Where is it?
I like how it's winking now on its own. Ooh! Now do you click a button for that?
Yeah, I have a since I have my Stream Deck. Come on. Oh, there.
Oh, Brahma shot it out for you. So wait, now, like,
What?
how do you get those to react?
what?
Like, is there any way you can get it? Like, I've seen people where, like, they're in the middle of talking and they're not preparing for anything. How do they get it to react to their faces? Is there anything?
There is a possibility that if you have the right setup, that you can actually use a gesture rigging. So
Yeah.
you'll make a gesture with your hand, and then it would trigger it. I don't know how to set that up yet. Depends on the program you use too.
That's so fancy. I like the background, by the way. So when you do VTubing, you have to have some kind of background.
Not necessarily. I have this background on here because that's just what I picked. But you can. Hold on. Where is it?
Look, it even follows her head.
Where
I
is-
rarely see like I can tell you're literally doing this. Like I like that. That's fun.
And since we're no, God damn it, which one is it?
Look at her little wings bouncing.
Oh yeah, they move with me. Of course,
I wish
other
the
things
boobs-
move with me too.
I want the boobs to have more metric though. They sway side to side. I need some titty bouncing.
You can. There's ways to adjust that. There are. It's not one of those things that I'm hugely interested in emphasizing.
Yeah.
But no, you can definitely make the boobas move more.
Well, honey, don't worry. I already have a background I would have anyway. It's the background I already use.
A lot of the programs come with their own backgrounds. So like this is VTube Studio that I'm using right now. I will look into it, Jules, eventually. Because I think I can do that on my end.
Yeah,
but
who made this for you?
I know what?
Who made this for you?
I got mine through myvtubestudio.com. And if anybody else would like them to make it, if you use code horror on Morata, you get $50 off.
Hey.
Just saying.
I was kidding. I have an alien physics for VTube Studio. Turn up the jiggle slider on the Shulu, please. I wasn't kidding, but that's hilarious. Jules didn't know it was true.
You can trust me. There's a lot of stuff that you can change. Actually, there's some fun stuff I can do. Hold on, I'm gonna do something funny.
I love when she closes her eyes. How happy she looks. Like I didn't like the lack of emotions in your last one. This one has like, whoever did the eyes did a really good job at gathering emotions. Yeah.
And I love the fact that they made them actually more squid-like.
Right. Mohawk is that's not a mohawk, it's a horn.
That's my unicorn horn.
Beverage? There's so many toys. Cat ears, stop it. That's hilarious.
Only problem is it's on my other computer, on my other monitor. So it works better if you look at it, look straight while you're trying to put it on. But then I'm.
Oh, I'm Punk Waddle. Oh, Punk Waddle, your little penguin is precious. Mom, this is a whole
Punk
world.
Waddle, good to see you.
This is so precious. Listen, this isn't my world though, Hunty. My world is much more simplistic. I step into it because you kids want to get me there, and I'm quite happy with it. Like Black Cats is all about the animation. I've got my selective artists that are on there. I've got some great artists. By the way, guys, if you're not on my Discord, you need to be, because it is always popping off with or without me. Mostly without me.
It's true. They're constantly talking.
Like, the group in there is super fun. We almost never have any drama because they know I will absolutely kick someone's ass if there is. So
Unless they go on the drama channel, then there's all sorts of drama. Normally hers.
yeah, but it's usually not amongst the people in the Discord. It's me.
Why is that
trolling
not
people.
sticking right? God damn it. Get
It's
on
usually
there.
me and Cat making chaos. Absolutely. You and Black Cats make tons of chaos.
Damn it. That one doesn't want to stick right.
There was a root beer debate. I can solve that. Root beer is amazing.
Root beer sucks.
Bitch. You can take your glitching ears and get the fuck out. I only saw it once, but Matthew Lillard's mohawk is huge. Kind of a caricature of its own right. Saw your before and current post on Twitter. Way to go. Oh, thank you, Brahma. Yeah, I honestly, so I went last week. I'm gonna make a small reel about it. I went to the Chinese Lantern Festival on Thursday with Starman. It was beautiful. As a matter of fact, hold on. Let me put some photos up so you guys can see it. While she is getting her kitty ears on.
Now, if only, I need to see if there's a way I can maybe make that. What do you mean it's blasphemy? I can wear all the cat ears I want. Hold on, I'm going to go get more of them.
She's like, hold on, I'm going to put more on now. Oh, also, I found out I cannot hold a 45.
Gun or?
Yeah, it hurt, man.
Oh. Yeah, I have a 38.
Also, I have before and afters about a dog I want to show you and talk to you about. Because the rescuer...
Oh, the root beer. Okay, that makes more sense.
Let me find some beautiful photos. Trying to find lanterns to show you guys.
Sweet dreams, Punk Waddle. Highway Patrol. Does it look like I'm about to shoot your dog?
Damn. Your dog. It's the way you had your head turned. Gotta love a cold can of Dr. Seven. Oh god, this stream is entertaining, but I have to go to bed. It's all right, Punk Waddle. You go ahead.
Punk.
All right, let me show you guys. Hold on, Officer StarMorata. I need to have an injunction really quick. Hold on. I got to show the children. Shale. So this is where I went. It's the Chinese Lantern Festival.
Very pretty.
Oh, it was stunning. Like, very aesthetic. Like, it was so pretty. This was a legitimate castle.
Wow.
Like, that was, if you see all here, this is a good 50 feet from that. And it's all, I've got one more photo I got to find and share. This was the Monkey King. And it was fully animatronic. It would pop open with steam and the monkey would come in and out.
Cool. I don't think I do, Hunty. I'll have to look at that. But I could probably rig something else up for that.
Like, this tunnel of lanterns was pretty long, and it was like, in and of itself was beautiful.
That's really cool.
It was so pretty. So these were a bunch of peach trees that changed color. Like Genshin Lantern Right in real life. I've never played Genshin Impact, but I will say it looks beautiful. This was absolutely stunning. It's every year. They have a couple of new things. I also need to go to bed and keep putting it off. Love the animal show, and we'll definitely be back for another. We're usually here every night at 10 p.m. It's just lately.
Every Monday night.
Yeah, every Monday night. Sorry, every Monday night at 10 p.m. Lately, your girl has been very stressed due to house buying. I haven't been able to be on.
And
But
holidays. Don't forget the holidays.
yes, oh my god. I'm kind of glad they're over.
Yeah.
But hold on, let me find some beautiful shots to show you guys. Aspetta, Marona, aspetta. All right. Don't do this to me now, phone. Yes, Athena, I see you. Yes, darling, Mama sees you.
We have Ace Yeager over on Twitter making memes for us. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh. Are we finally going to have our own memes?
There's at least 2.
And in case you guys, I'm going to send these really quick so that way you guys can see. And let's see if you guys see the difference. I'm going to send those really quick. Where are you? I wonder if it'll send that video. So, everyone talking about the comparison photo, it's this.
Oh, wow.
So, the white shirt, that is me in 2021. My husband and I were doing the couples adventure book, and the dare was to have a date night out on the town in the most ridiculous clothing we could find at a thrift store. The problem is that I was especially too large for any thrift store shopping. So we went to Rue 21 and bought just the ugliest clothes we could find for cheap.
You did a good job.
Right? I had to pick his outfit. He had to pick mine. And you can see Starman was much thinner then than he is now. This was me at my heaviest. We guesstimate I was in the 450 range. But I was probably bigger. Because on the right, that is me on Thursday.
Mm-hmm.
If you look, right here is where my leg is, and right here. So you can see my leg is half the size it was in this photo.
Nice.
You can see that. Well, actually, you can't see that. So hold on. I noticed it the other day. All this has decreased by quite a bit.
Wow.
I actually was noticing it because the Asian Talk videos, I was watching them yesterday because I love dancing on memory lane, and I could not believe how big my arms were. But yeah, this is me in the 450s. That's being delicate to myself.
Being generous. Yeah.
We assume that's how much I weighed. And this is me around 380. So, and then from, this is me in the same sweatshirt. About a year apart.
Yeah. Definite difference.
I don't see it in these photos as much, but I thought if anyone was going to notice it, it'd be everybody else.
Well, I mean, just look at the second boobs. They're smaller.
Right. Like they're bulging here. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
And the hips are also thinner.
You know. Yeah. Oh yeah. Most definitely. Well, because in the top, that's when I worked for No System.
Mm-hmm.
And I was almost 100% sedentary. Only time I was exercising was when I would go out and forcefully take Starman for a walk.
Right.
Out to the whatchamacallit. Out to the park with the dogs. And this was actually a very difficult day for me because this was out in front of the restaurant. This was back when I was not a worker there. I was just doing social media for them. And I went out in town to take the photos. I had to walk up and down the street to take these photos, and it was so hard.
Yeah.
Hi, Natanya. And it was hot out that day, too. Which was really
yeah, that's not the hoodie you want to be wearing when it's hot out.
It was so bad. It was like 75 degrees, and I'm sitting there in a hoodie.
Oh.
I was not comfortable. And so I did those for a reason. But this is the castle, again.
Oh, very cool.
But if you still don't get an idea of it, this was beautiful. It was so beautiful watching that. Why does it sound like you have a Starman on a leash? Mom said root beer is good. It is good. I have a cold.
You're wrong.
Root beer is delicious, and I will die on that hill.
The only time root beer is good is in a root beer float.
Elbow cough. God says you're wrong. But yeah, no, it was. I posted that up because, again, and you're my followers, you'll know what I'm talking about. The body positivity movement says that progress photos, before and afters, are cruel, ableist, ageist, racist, and fatphobic, but most of all fatphobic.
Yeah.
And the thing is, me not being willing to worry about my weight means I have no idea how close to 500 I really was. I have no idea. I might have been at 488. I have no idea. I know that I was really damn heavy. I know that. And I know that I have definitely lost a significant amount. I just have no idea what amount that is. And I know that I bounce up and down. Like, I genuinely feel, from the fact that my pants are getting smaller, the fact that my clothes are getting looser, the fact that my stamina is going up, but my weight is not changing. I feel like I'm gaining a lot of muscle, like I always have. Like, this is the problem that I've had. And this is how the BOPO can get you, but also how doctors can fail you. You can be very heavy and be naturally muscular. I don't have a natural six-pack, but I got a giant ass and I got giant legs. And most of that was muscle for most of my life. I've always had giant calves. I've always had giant thighs. And I've always had very muscular ones. Like, I didn't know bouncing your muscles in your butt and thighs was something people couldn't do. I didn't realize.
What do you mean they can't?
A lot of people, like, they can't just, like, flex and have the whole entire leg bounce.
Really?
Remember, you and I are shaped quite similar, sister.
I know. Do they not have that muscle control?
Apparently not. Apparently not, because I've seen quietly Chris. He also likes candy corn.
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Agree with
there's no defense for candy corn liking. I mean, root beer is disgusting unless it's in a root beer float, but the candy corn's a no. Candy corn and licorice.
You know what the thing is? I will say this. Elderly people like licorice because they didn't have any other options. My father was poor, and he's going to be 74 this year. He loves black licorice, and it's the oldest thing about him.
I see my mother doesn't like licorice.
But your mom's in her 60s, not her 70s.
For now.
For now. Yes, I know. That's how aging works, Horror. Eventually, you get to that age.
Hopefully.
For now, she's not in her 70s. Really? Hold on. For now. It's so ominous, too. The way you said it was so ominous, like, just you wait, I got a surprise for her. Happy birthday, mother.
Well, she's a ways off, honestly, too. So.
Exactly. God almighty, I can't with you. I also can't with this damn chair.
Aww.
Falling again. First hating on root beer, and now candy corn. Shame on you. No. Hating on candy corn is the appropriate thing to do.
Yes, candy corn is disgusting. That's not a question. That's just a fact.
You do realize all they do is they take the same damn bags of candy corn and just rebag them for the next season. Like, come on now.
Well,
At
except for
least
the bags my mother takes to work for some reason. Oh God, Mom.
What is your mom here defending it?
Yeah, Mama Amarata there in chat.
Hopefully not. Not for long. See, Mama loves my stuff. She merely likes candy corn. We can still save her. There is still hope. Mama Rada agrees with me. Sir.
Candy ornaments, Mother?
Mama Rada is here on both channels. I go through 8 pounds of candy ornaments every Halloween. Ornaments? Now I know why she likes the candy corn. She out here chewing on the plastic. Don't hate me, Mama. I still love you. But I'm confused about the ornaments. I'm just wondering if the flavor
Don't mark
profile
your Pepe? Your what?
Candy corn is for decor. Yes. My question is, which candy corn she eating? Is she a candy corn confused with sweet tarts? Peeps, not Pepe. I'm a damn
said, don't knock my Pepe.
Oh, now everyone's gonna hate me. Peeps suck.
Oh.
My whole family hates me for it. My husband, my brother, and my dad worship Peeps. And what I love when someone says, let's get Peep flavored something. You mean sugar? You want sugar flavored sugar? Okay.
Sugar flavored sugar. Yeah, Sheep tried that Peep Pepsi that came out.
It's just sugar flavor.
Yeah.
Just add a little more sugar in. Oh my gosh.
Well, no, you take all the other flavors out and just add more sugar.
Like, oh, it's marshmallow. Okay, vanilla and sugar. Ooh.
No, Ma, that when they come out for Easter, Mom eats Peeps basically from when they come out till they leave.
Peepsy is a scam. Here's what I will tell you. There's one thing about the Peepsy, because I forgot who got it. Someone in my family got it. You open the bottle, you smelled it. You could smell what Peeps smell like. So instead of smelling soda, you smelled soda Peeps. That was it. But I will tell you, the only time Peeps are appropriate, the only time is during Christmas, taking a Christmas-shaped Peep and topping it on hot cocoa. Because then it's aesthetic. Which is what I did for the hot cocoa bar at my job.
Remember, guys, this is the person who will eat pumpkin spice everything.
Yes, because I'm a woman of culture. I'm confused. Where's the issue? I'm sorry. I like to spice up my water. At least I'm hydrating. It's still water.
Most of those waters have more sugar than Peeps.
It's our culture as white women. That's right.
I deny this.
Why are you hating on our culture? It's
because it is not my culture. Whiteism. I'm obviously not white. I'm green.
It's your internalized whiteism. Stop. No, it's internalized misogyny. Okay. Oh my God. So one of my Hispanic friends. CC, if you're watching this, I gotta call you out. So we probably get tagged for it. So somebody took the scene from Blazing Saddles where it goes, "Oh boys, look what I got here." And when he pulls it out, it's the Stanley Cup saying, "Where the white women at?" And one of my Hispanic friends, her husband rushed to get it for her. She don't even use Stanley cups. He just got it for her because it's pink. And she posted it on her stories. I said, your Latina card has been revoked. You now have to start drinking pumpkin spice along with me. Get in line.
I see the only Stanley I recognize are tools and those old ass thermoses.
No, I have a better one. Because first of all, I will say this. Hi, Luna. Stanley cups. One was in a car that got burnt out. Okay?
Yeah, I saw that.
It still had ice in it when they found it. So I know the cup is quality. Okay? But this guy, I think he's called Cabin Fruit, because he's a gay guy that has a cabin. He showed the only appropriate Stanley cup. It's a mug with Stanley from Golden Girls, and I fucking died laughing when I saw it. I was like, accurate. He said, this is the only legit Stanley cup, and I was like, this is brilliant. He is right. And Stan the Waterman, I'm sorry, I ain't paying $50 for a cup of coffee. I mean, I'm paying $50 to hold my coffee for eternity. But I am planning on releasing some water bottles with the Water Lovers Matter. I'm a fan of coconut. I'm not allergic to the scent. Reminds me of tanning college girls when I was in middle school. I hate the fake scent of coconut. I actually mostly hate the scent of coconut.
I'm allergic to coconut.
Well, I guess you especially hate it.
I don't hate it. I just don't recommend giving me any unless you want to make me change my pants.
And do you know what the worst thing is, Pluribus? There's candy corn flavored Peeps. That's what's served in hell.
There's Dr. Pepper Peeps too. My mom bought them for me the other year. I didn't ever eat them.
Are they owned by the same company? Are they both Procter & Gamble? I feel like this is like...
Probably.
Satan made love to the wrong thing.
Yeah, Silver, if it's nut on a tree, I can't eat it. I can't even eat Toblerones anymore. I love those.
My favorite cups were essentially the same size as Stanley, and they weren't more than $20. This was $26. Okay? And that was it on sale. It was on a discount. There is I want to say it was in Charlotte. Starman and I went to the Ashley at this particular spot because we were trying to find a new desk chair. Because Ashley has a whole line of gaming chairs. Fun fact, they don't got them on display anywhere. A fucking point. But so while we were there, we had a little bit of money on us, and there was a outlet store for Dick's. And so I went over there. They had a bunch of shit on discount. Ooh, a lot of water bottles and stuff. And so I went, and while we were in there, I found this. And I was stuck between this and two other bottles. And this just called to me, you know?
Yeah.
And the thing is, I really like this brand. Like Hydroflow does really good. I know, you pretty girl. She is obsessed. Like what she did just now, that is by Silver Buffalo.
This was free.
Yes,
I got it for Christmas.
But that's made by Silver Buffalo.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Gotta look at the bottom.
No, right there. It says Silver Buffalo LLC, New York, New York.
I know because the one I use at work is Silver Buffalo, and I love. It was great. Held in everything. The suction was fantastic. Perfect cup during the festival.
Oh no.
Honest Tom dropped my cup on the sidewalk, and he dented the lip. That now it doesn't sit proper anymore. And I was like, you know what? It sucks, but I'll order another one. The only one that is no longer available is the color that I had.
Of course.
And I do not want it because, see, the problem is I have matching cups at work. Everyone knows whose cups are Cassandra's because they match. So my coffee mug and my water bottle, who are, by the way, from 2 different companies, match perfectly. If I buy a replacement now, it will not match perfectly. And then Starsan's OCD will not be okay. It's not going to be okay.
It's plastic. You can't really hammer it or.
Oh no, the cup is metal. The top still is fine. But the problem is because it's a double wall, because Silver Buffalo makes metal and plastic.
Oh, this is plastic.
Yeah. The problem with it is that when it's double wall, if you rearrange it again too much, you mess up the insulation.
Yep.
And so I'm afraid to try to reshape it because I know that it doesn't take that much pressure to do so.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have my color, but it's in matte. The one I have is in metallic and it's very pretty. I can get another metallic one in pink.
No one wants pink.
I want my blue. It's very upsetting. So I if you guys can't see, I've got another cat on my stomach now. Athena's here and she is there. Let me see if I can do this. I wanted to actually talk pink is for girls. Ew. The worst thing is, I know, so don't you fucking start, young lady.
Tunti is correct. Green is superior.
So Athena has been attacking everyone. Aria's got 2 big scratches down her nose because Athena has been on site with everyone. I don't know why. She's got a hair across her ass lately. Everyone's been upset since we moved the couches, which I did want to lead into this because you guys have to remember, and I constantly remind myself when I get infuriated with them, I really don't want you to back that ass up. I nearly got butthole right on my face. Blue is superior. I will say this. Yes.
Green is better.
Yeah, but green requires blue to exist, so blue is superior.
Green's still better.
And so I want to remind everybody that when your animal is being infuriated, I'm just ignoring you and your wrong opinion.
It's okay. I'm still right.
When your animal is doing something very infuriating because of what's a minor inconvenience to you, remember that while it's a minor inconvenience to you, literally you just changed a big part of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to show you this photo, guys. Now, look at the demeanor. What do you see different about that dog?
Now he looks nervous.
So this is a matter of a millisecond in the video. Do you see this pink right here?
Mm-hmm.
She had just rescued this dog like 2 days prior. You cannot see it on his face, but this is how he looked when she found him.
Oh.
Okay, and if you notice, his face is awfully swollen.
Yeah.
This is a lot of necrotic tissue.
Oh.
And it was so necrotic that the scar tissue around his neck, they thought it was a collar embedded in his neck.
Oh, shit.
It took the rescuer 7 hours to find him. And he walked right up to her. And she passed, this is the rescuer. This is the woman that is the owner of that finger. Okay?
Uh-oh.
So this is why I want you to look at it. This dog is a very sweet-natured dog. Very sweet, very calm. She is up here on this is the back seat of a car, right?
Right.
She's up here laying down and the dog is fine. This was her reaching from behind and petting his side.
That is not a happy dog.
She has no idea how close she came to getting bit. Because if you look, number one, his whole face is open right here. He ripped open his stitches. So there's a full-on hole right here. He's got stitches all up and down here. You can see the shave marks from where he had the IV in. So this was him right after recovery, and he had to go to a couple of more operations. They believe he was either a bait dog or just a dog that got his ass beat up on the streets. They can't tell which. The reason why I wanted to show you guys this is because this is a very sweet, kind-natured dog. No matter how, what's the word I'm looking for? No matter how skilled you are, no matter how knowledgeable you are, unless it's your dog and you know it, never come up from behind on a dog.
Never.
This dog, I don't know why he didn't bite, but you can see he was thinking about it. He was waiting. He was waiting to see what
happened next.
Yeah, what was going to happen next, and did he have to fight? But there's a good part to this, because that is him now. You can see there is no more. This is where his face was all wide open. Now you can see people can come from behind on him. He's got no problem. He has since been adopted. He has a wonderful life. But I wanted to show you guys this because when you do rescue, I really want you. I love when followers tell me I've inspired them to do rescue. But remember that you're rescuing an animal. When you rescue an animal, you don't know what happened to them. You have no idea what they've been through, who's hurt them. And they don't understand who you are and what you do. In your mind, well, clearly they're in a safe place now. There's no reason to hurt me. But people do the exact same thing. There are people who, and I think we were talking about it last week, there are some people that can't handle peace because they grew up in such tumultuous lives that once they attain peace, they instead create,
They're too scared.
They're too scared, so they create chaos, they cause fights, they cause drama, they self-sabotage. If people with understanding of what's going on will do that kind of thing, understand for a dog, dogs, that's why training them, you have to be consistent. Because if you smack a dog out of nowhere, there's a reason why eventually that dog might become aggressive, because then they don't understand why they got smacked. They only understand that they could get attacked at any time. So suddenly any stray movement towards them becomes a threat. Not always 100% the case, but it 100% can happen. People are in animals that have been deeply hurt, act like those that haven't, don't act like they haven't been abused. Exactly. Do rescues recognize food as a peace offering instead of just walking up on them? Would reaching out with an empty hand appear they might try to hit them? I get what you're saying. Let me see if I can take it apart properly. So many rescuers 100% will bring food, typically high value food. So they'll go to McDonald's and get a burger or nuggets, something with cheese and that smells really, really tasty. They try not to use kibble because kibble isn't as high value, especially to an abused street dog, because it's just not as valuable to them.
It's the same reason it tastes extra good to us. It's fatty and high calorie and
salty and all that wonderful stuff. And so they do often use it as a peace offering. Going up empty-handed to a dog, 100%. If your hand is out to them, they might not trust it. Typically, Luna, you are falling and I am running out of arm, young lady. I don't know if you guys can see this. She is slowly sliding off of me. Whenever Luna, come on, kid, you are falling. If you ever approach a dog, guys, like let's say you've hit a dog or you see a dog you want to help, 100% I recommend doing it. However, remember that dog doesn't know you. And if you've hit the dog, that dog is 100% in defense mode.
Yep.
You have to be prepared that the dog might snap at you. The dog might attack you. It doesn't understand you're trying to help it. It doesn't know what that means. And you have to err on the side of caution. usually go for the back legs if you can, or even better, see if you can get a rope around the animal and drag them out of the area. If the dog is mobile, it could run away at any time. Just remember body language. I've told you guys this before. Horror's told you this before. The best thing you can learn is dog body language. And that's the best thing you can teach yourself because, oh, what are you going to lay? You're going to lay back there? Okay, Penny. Hello, Oma. Now I'm hungry.
Hi, Darylyn. He's here too. Hi, Omar.
Let me see. But like you were asking, but you guys only saw if I put it up on the screen. GZ, Dr. Forev, you have to remember that reaching out, you don't know, like I said before, you don't know what's happened to that dog. An empty hand could 100%. So I have a friend, her and her husband adopted a pit bull. And they only had him a couple of days. They wanted me to come over and assess him at the time. And he showed some concerning signs. Like, he was very, very playful, but I could see that his body language would go from okay to, I might just bite your face right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little concerning when I sat in there by myself with Guillermo, but he's a really nice dog. They were down there drinking a couple of beers in the room they keep him in. And it's a big little sunroom. And one of them just picked up a bottle of beer to pass to someone else. And Guillermo ducked like a bomb was about to get thrown. They had tossed a bunch of things at him throughout the night. No problem. But that beer bottle came up. And Guillermo went from okay to not. And thankfully, his reaction wasn't to attack what scared him. So that means we discovered very quickly whoever owned him before liked to chuck beer bottles at him. And probably on more than one occasion smashed one on him.
Mm.
Am I the only one typing or do I need to reload YouTube? No, we can see you, Silvar.
No, you're good. You're just the only one in the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
Or talking in the YouTube chat. I'm sure there's more people over there.
We've got a lot of people lurking, not a lot of people typing right now. And so that's why I say it, because the triggers are going to come out of nowhere and you're not thinking about them. That's why getting a dog tested is so important. You don't know if your dog that you're trying to adopt is okay around cats, is okay around little kids. For instance, with Izzy on the way, I have to start training Orion to be okay with a baby crying. If for any reasons I have to babysit, I don't believe Orion's going to be a problem, but he's never been around a little infant. He's been around little kids crying. He has. And he hasn't had any problems. But he hasn't been really, like, when we went to Gatlinburg, he was around little kids, had no problems. I forget there's 2 streams going on, so when you all answer in a chat, other than
there's actually more than 2. There's quite a few.
Right, because technically I'm streaming on Twitter, I'm streaming on YouTube, and on Twitch.
Yeah.
And
I'm on YouTube, Twitter, Rumble, Twitch, and Kick.
But I will say, apparently, I did not realize my stuff was still uploading to Rumble because I got an email yesterday of somebody commenting on my stuff on Rumble, and I was like, oh. And I wouldn't mind, but it's something I just posted the other day on YouTube, and I was like, oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, right. That's why I'm sorry, in my personal opinion, Restream is the most superior one. I've watched everyone use the other ones, even OBS, except for a couple of little cute features.
I mean, because I game so much at the same time, I have to use OBS.
Right.
But I still use Restream because it lets me connect to all my places through OBS. So I can play my games and do whatever.
Right.
There are other programs that let you do other things. We're going to try a new one, I guess, on the midweek hump this week, but we'll see how that goes. But
that's right. You guys are back this week, right?
Yep.
Awesome. Oh, and I don't know if we said it last week. We are in the proper planning for the meetup in New York in the fall. I have already been cementing plans for people visiting me this year. So I think this week, you and I, Hara, we should cement the day we want to do this.
Yeah, the dates would be good.
Yeah, and then we'll what we'll do is we'll get our cashola together and cement our Airbnb,
Mm.
and then we'll go from there. Because then it's going to be a matter of us both securing how we're going to get there. And the more and more I think about it, the more and more I think I might take a train. Can I ask you a question, that person with the short hair? This person here? Oh, I'm ready. Usually the people that come from Kick are usually kind of, they funky. We're going to give you Provo Strangler. That, again.
That's a name.
That's a name. Go ahead, though. But when we go to New York, we're gonna make sure everyone knows about it. I'm gonna announce it on my YouTube and things like that. It's one of the few times I'm gonna let folks know in advance where we're gonna be, because it's an official meetup. We're gonna be at the Museum of Natural History in New York. It is actually not expensive to get in there. I think it's like either 28 or 38 bucks. It's really not that bad. For being one of the most famous museums in America, at the very least, in the world, somewhat.
You custard? Oh gosh, that's a new one.
Ooh, I'm a custard. Look
Yum.
at it. And my creme brulee, just a little burnt on top. I highly doubt you work there, my darling, but it's okay. I'll stick.
That would be a really interesting coincidence, you know?
Oh my god. I would actually laugh if, like, when we get there, they're like, I told you not to come!
That would be hilarious.
I would die.
Why do they always come in here to pick on you?
I think because they're attracted to me. It's all right. Your internalized fat phobia is what keeps you from fapping to me, but it's okay. We can't see you. So you can go ahead, whip out the 2-inch and go for it, babe. And we won't judge. Whatchamacallit.
Oh, okay. So apparently, because I distracted him, he's not good at this concentration thing.
It's too much beauty for one man to behold.
Hey, Prismatics, how you doing?
Hey, Priz, how you doing, honey? During COVID, there were rumors of a human to animal transfer disease. Do you know if any such? I will honestly tell you. So here's the problem with that, right? Here's the problem with the rumors of that. When they modified COVID, it was originally from animals. There has been no evidence, zero, of I'm ignoring me at this point. There's been zero evidence of animals actually being able to transfer, which is very unfortunate because, as we know now, many countries mass animals to prevent spread, and that's really unfortunate.
A lot of people put their animals down out of fear.
Oh yeah, there were some countries that did it the way I was talking, and then what's really sad is that here in America, people were doing it just cause, and it's really tragic. It is really tragic.
Yeah.
Silver always got him. But no, I've never actually heard. And there was one rumor once about a cat, supposedly, but that caught it from the person, not the other way around. So I will tell you this. What?
It was funny during that period of time because my groomer was very concerned about getting it from the dogs that were being brought to her. Because, well, she's older for one, but she was very concerned that she would get it, basically that the dog would come in from a house that had it, and then she'd get it that way. Which, I can't necessarily blame her. I had a concern at the time because Grace during that period was pregnant, and I was worried that I could give it to her. But of course I called my vet and told me to stop worrying. So
the vet was like, shut up.
No, he was like, we've heard of some things, but I don't think it's that big of a deal. She'll just, if you think you have it, don't let her be up in your face, blah, 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 etc.
I will say this. So, my theory, if you all remember what happened to Penny, my theory is that was a mutation of COVID.
Mm-hmm.
That happened in animals because it took out Atreyu, it took out Bastion. I know of 3 other kittens, but I know the stories that were posted, but I never got to get a follow-up on 2 of them. One of them I know for a fact the kitten didn't make it. So what's really odd is I found out most of the kittens getting it, and yet for some reason Penny got it. That was the only confusing part, and Penny was fully vaccinated just like the rest of them.
Mhm.
So it's very, very odd to me that it happened in her. And actually, I lie. I know of one other adult cat that got something very similar. It was one of Edie's cats.
Yeah.
But that's the only thing when someone asks me what Forever asked me, that's the only thing I think of.
Yeah.
Is that it's that it could be that. Because I was talking to Matthew about it the other day. I was talking to Starman about it. And I said, what's crazy is that because we were talking about Atreyu, we were talking about Bastion because we have Dante and Atticus. And it's really fucking weird how much they parallel the two. Dante is a little less cuddly than Bastion. Bastion was like, he was so much more laid back. He was attached at the hip, and Atreyu was a bit more goofy. But there's a lot of times that I look at Atticus, and even though he looks nothing like Atreyu, it's still there. And I was saying what's crazy is that if we had been quick enough to get both of them to the vet, because I remember with Bastion, we got him to the vet, and he still lived 2 hours because we got him in the oxygen tank. She's talking to whatchamacallit right now, Sheep. She always throws me off when she does that. Can I help? Can I ask what you're doing back there? I don't know if you guys can see the little like flip out moment I'm having back here.
The cat?
Yeah, she keeps maneuvering herself, and the problem is every time she moves, she pushes me just a little bit. So now I'm like sliding off the chair.
Your cat's pushing you under your chair.
She's only 7 pounds.
Yeah.
And then on top of it, I got this hoe on my stomach. So God. And she's the violent type. Ready? Listen. She's just immediate, vicious. But yeah, so when it comes to Lorona, I definitely think that something happened, but I don't think it was super widespread.
No, probably not.
At least I hope not.
I don't know too much about. I hadn't heard about too many animals in our area experiencing more problems than normal. So,
well, the one thing I will say is with this, someone would have to be awake or at home to catch it, because what you would just find is your animal in a puddle of stuff and deceased.
Yeah.
That's what you would find if this happened to your animal. So that's the other problem that we have here. Did the chat die?
No, I think the one guy just tired himself out and everybody else is quiet.
Everyone's all quiet tonight.
It is a quiet night.
It is. I think it's just we're all exhausted from...
It's January. It's the beginning of the year. Everybody always has shit to do in January, you know, beginning of the year stuff, wrapping up year-end stuff, all sorts of shit.
Oh, I can still see Wade.
She can see you, Wade.
I can't. If you ask the question, baby, I can't see it. You got to ask it again. As I looked, I don't see it. Wait, let me see. Oh, yes, I did. I answered that already. Yes, I think it's worth it. I definitely think it's worth it.
I think it depends.
Yeah, took the words right out of my mouth. You have to get the right one. You have to make sure it's good for you, and you have to make sure that you get the right compensation for it, because pet insurance from a few years ago doesn't exist anymore. A lot of it is they pay you back after.
Mom got a flyer for one. It was like $1 something per day, and I'm sitting here doing the math. $1 something per day times 4 dogs, times this many. No, that's not worth it.
Because remember, that means that's $30 a month times 4. Suddenly that goes up in price.
Well, even for one animal, it just the amount that I would pay them on the off chance my dog got sick just did not seem anywhere near worth it.
Baby comment, I came in mid-sentence. I don't know, honey. What baby comment? What baby? Luna, you gotta get out of my damn chair. Scoot your boot. Thank you. Oh, I can sit again. God. I'm not in a place to get it right now. I think because college and AAA, I don't know. But I only have my one cat. I'm tempted to look into it. There's the question. What's the question, honey? When you see YouTube videos of pet owners giving their pet a treat only when they do a trick, do you see it as animal cruelty or harmless fun? I see it as neither. I see it as
Proper training.
that.
Your dog should have to work for its. If you don't make your animal work for its treats, you end up having problems.
Oh. Thank you. Okay. I get it now, Wade. Thank you, Mama. Yes. So when you have a reactive or high prey drive animal, you have to keep in mind that a baby is not a baby to that animal. Yes, sometimes the dog has the intelligence to understand it is an infant. But you should never, I'm going to make sure I say this loud and clear into the microphone. Never, ever, 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 ever leave a baby alone with an animal.
Any animal.
Any bird, not even a fucking goldfish. You never leave a baby alone. You don't leave small children alone with an animal. You can leave a 10-year-old, maybe, if you've taught the kid properly. I would say start at 11. The personal opinion, because the problem is this is the hot tea, okay? Just because you see the animal as an animal doesn't mean it doesn't see you as an animal. In a dog's world, you are nothing but a dog. And they are going to treat you like a dog. And when the tiny creature crawling on the floor sounds and moves just like prey, the dog is going to treat it. What made me too soon?
Remember, this is the same person who thinks the age of abortion should be 45 years.
I mean, at what age is it no longer an abortion in my opinion?
It's a question, isn't it?
I mean, it's a true question. Because if you think it's a parasite inside the womb, wait till you see the school bills. Anyways.
Yes, wait. It's actually normal for dogs occasionally to whimper or even kick, even bark a little during sleep because they dream.
Greta goes, whoop, 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 whoop. It's the cutest thing.
Sydney's had some just hilarious. His little legs will twitch. Oh my God, it's so funny.
Greta's a kicker. Orion's a... like, he just has like a whole stigmata going on.
But yeah,
the
never.
goldfish jumped out of the bowl and choked the 2-year-old. Listen, you think I'm joking, but I'm serious. You have to remember that when you set a dog up for failure and then you blame the dog for it, it is your fault. It is a dog. Dogs kill their own infants. What makes you think yours is special?
Dave, you know Dave, the dolphin guy.
Yeah, I watched a video about how dolphins were the other day, and I just started cackling and laughing and saying, "Dave."
we were watching Fail Army, and this guy's surfing, and all you can see all these dolphins, their fins coming up out of the water. This one dolphin leaps out and just smashes into the surfer. But
Oh,
no. So he has a bull mastiff,
yep.
and she just gave birth to puppies. She had 11 puppies. 2 of them are alive. What was it? Like 8 of them, well, 7 of them died shortly after being born. 1 of them died in the birth canal. 1 of them she flattened. And there's still the 2.
And there are plenty of cases where it's not even that. It's if the mother feels that she cannot care for the puppies, and this is in cats too, and actually in most animals, they will. And in fathers, if they feel they are not genetically connected to the animal, the baby,
They'll off it.
they'll off it. Wade asked this question: if your dog is foaming at the mouth, if they're not doing a little run thing, but they're like, and you see like a seizure is when usually they stay in one fixed position and start shaking like this. You'll usually see limbs sticking out straight. You'll see their faces like
their eyes will actually roll back.
Right.
It's
there is like Greta's eyes roll back when she's sleeping, but honestly, what I'll tell you is this, Wade. You have to do yourself this favor. Look up the difference between a dog sleeping and a dog having a seizure. And memorize that. But
it'll be pretty obvious.
Oh, very obvious. But again, I am a firm believer in ripping off the Band-Aid. I highly recommend looking it up.
And I'm not entirely sure Wade can handle that.
Huh?
I'm not entirely sure Wade can handle that.
Oh, okay. Well, if you can handle it, Wade, I recommend it. But if you're someone that gets upset by the stuff, then I wouldn't. See, now I'm getting warm. But whatchamacallit? You would know the difference. You can. Hey, if you think you can, go right ahead, honey.
Yeah. But I mean, when a dog is sleeping, it's no different than watching a person dream and talk in their sleep. You can tell there's nothing wrong with the person; they're just looking weird. But when the dog is in distress, it's very much different. You would be able to tell the difference. For the most part, there is nothing to worry about unless the dog looks like they are in distress.
And you can hear it because their sounds are different. There's gurgling. Mm-hmm. There's this weird. So what taught me about seizures was Brandon, because Brandon was epileptic, and I learned. And my cat Seamus had seizures, so I learned very, very quickly the differences. And I tell people all the time, it is, in my personal opinion, if you're gonna live with something that is going to have them, you need to know the difference, because that could be the difference between them living or dying.
It's kind of freaky though, because sometimes they can happen really fast. Like my brother's dog had so my brother moved to California and his dog just started developing issues, just crazy issues. So one of them was seizures. And they found out, dog's allergic to chicken, dog's allergic to this, that. And so they're monitoring his diet. I think about that time, it was The Rock who came out with his dog had come in contact with some mushroom while he was in California. And he started having the similar issues. And we started wondering if maybe the dog was having the same issues. But he was up here visiting. And I go downstairs to do something, and his dog is standing in the dining room, and I see the dog just literally fall over, twitch, and then get back up, and other than being disoriented.
Yeah, it's like they're called walking seizures because it's so quick.
Yeah, it was just down and back up, and it was like, what the
It's crazy.
And it was insane. So, but that poor dog.
Let me see if you can see it. I don't know if you guys can see that little circle right there.
Mm-hmm.
If you can see all the white marks right here, so this is all the result of Seamus's seizures.
Oof.
She latched onto this arm. I was 11 years old. And you need to remember, I was sitting in front of the kerosene heater. I was sitting Indian style. I was, I think, reading. I was either reading or I was playing my Game Boy at the time. No, I was playing Harvest Moon in the living room. That's what I was doing. And she was in my lap. And we were sitting next to the kerosene heater because it's Rhode Island, it's winter, it was cold. She went to bite herself because her seizures were caused by the flea venom. She missed herself and got me. And wow, look at how saggy my fat is.
Yeah, it's getting even saggier. Oh my god.
Shit. And I don't notice it till I'm on camera, and then I'm like,
what the hell?
I could fly right now. Like, shit. Just spread my wings and fly. I'm R. Kelly today, not like that. And
she doesn't want to go to Dubai, people.
No. I don't need no showers or nothing. Anyways, looking back, it's one of the most comical things I ever did, though, because I'm trying to get her off of me. I'm swinging my arm. I'm smacking her against the kerosene heater.
Oh,
it ain't working. I was like, get out! Ah! And finally, she let go, and my arm was just a mess.
Oh yeah.
You say how much I love this cat. She got me here, here, on my inner thigh, on my knee, on my arm, and it was. This was the weirdest one because it was just like, it hurt so bad, but I knew, unlike with the swinging of the arm, I wasn't swinging this shit.
Oh hell no.
Because I didn't know what I would lose. It was right here. It was right here. This was the first time she bit me, and it was such a small seizure. She was going, and so I just kind of sat there and I took it, and I was 10 years old, and I'm like, animals are fighting in the middle of the kitchen, but it's a really weird noise. Join the church, hun. You are now a flying nun. I wonder how many get the reference.
I get it. Don't worry.
Oh no, Seamus worshipped the ground I walked on, but Seamus was fucked up. I'll be the first to say it. So Seamus, I love my brother dearly, but he was not kind to Seamus. And the reason he was not kind to Seamus is because my mom got Seamus for Philip because Rocky died. And the problem is my brother, Philip and I are what ADHD actually is. Okay?
Hey, Sherry.
Hello, Sherry. Before every child that slightly enjoyed running around screaming got diagnosed, he and I are what ADHD actually is. And Philip could barely contain himself. And he had a very highly active imagination, and he didn't understand in his head why Seamus did not want to participate in his antics the way Rocky did. See, Rocky was stupid. And Rocky would participate. Seamus was not stupid. She was actually a very intelligent cat. And so Philip would take her and wrap her in pillowcases and swing her around on his back, and he would trap her underneath boxes, and he would chase her around the house and shoot things at her. And he didn't understand what he was doing. And Mom and Dad did not see it because typically Philip was about... We got Seamus when I was 9. So Philip was about 12. At that point, Philip and I were left at home by ourselves. He was my babysitter. So it was fine. So when we would play, who's going to stop the kid? Not me. I didn't fucking know. That's my older brother. I thought it was fine. And so what would happen is Seamus would kind of get a little traumatized. And so at night, when she would lash out at everyone else, I would go into the bathroom and I would comfort her. So she became very bonded to me. Still got her messed up in the head, and she became kind of very reactive from there on out. And at the time, my dad had a much shorter fuse, so he would yell at her because they didn't understand cats. My dad didn't own cats until Starlight, and Starlight was such a good cat. And then Seamus came along, and she was not a good cat. And so my dad just he didn't understand cats until much later. But by then it was a little too late. So Seamus had severe anxiety. So she peed all over everything, and she pooped all over everything. And whenever, just like with Athena with Arya, anytime anyone but me walked into the room, it was on sight. And she would lash out at everybody. And so I had to work with her to calm her down. That's kind of where I learned a lot of the stuff that I know today. Seamus was, as the Southerners say, I cut my teeth on her and how all that went down. And so I learned a lot about animal husbandry. I learned a lot about seizures. I learned a lot about cysts in cats. I learned a lot about dental issues. I learned a lot about diabetes, organ failure, fur issues. I learned so much thanks to Seamus at the expense of literally everything I owned. And my body. My right hand, the right side of my body, I have scars from nearly every pet on this side. My scar from Starlight is still right there. I've got a scar from Hendrix right here. I've got from Zorro right here. I've got one from Bastion, got one from Orion. I've got right here, you can see this little white dot on my chest. This is from Shadow. Yeah, I've got scar. I mark my body by the animals that have died. I imagine you've got a couple of scars from yours too.
Not too many. Just I've got I'm not gonna be able to pull up sleeves so that people can see it, but I've got a couple scars right here from Spooky, the evil one. But other than that, I've managed to, for the most part, be avoiding being bitten or scratched really bad. Faye bit me. Faye was my first bitch.
Literally, she's not being smartass.
No, she was really a bitch. She was also not a good mother. She had her first litter of puppies, and that was a never again thing for her. She had no interest, no desire, no. She lacked the nurturing portion of a mother dog, so she was fixed shortly afterwards. But while she had the puppies, she had a little bit of a motherly temperament. But our other dog in the house, Chloe, who was a Dachshund Bichon mix, because someone thought that would make a cute purse dog.
I'm just imagining that fur alone. The fur alone.
The fur actually wasn't too bad. I'm not going to be wrong. I'm going to be straight up. The fur was not too bad. It was straight. It was a pretty kind of beigey brown with some toasty ends and a little bit of a wave to it, but not really. It didn't give her a lot of trouble. We kept her short. It wasn't anything a big deal. But she looked like a depressed walking ottoman. She did. She was a sweet girl, though. She did. She just and to be fair, the history on her is my mom ended up with her because my brother's wife at the time, they'd met her through a family friend when they were up at the lake, and something happened and they decided to get rid of her. Well, what happened was that she was bigger than they wanted her to be, and that was that was
no. Might as well get rid of the dog then.
Yeah. Hold on, mom's sending me pictures that I can show you.
She's showing the.
Hold on, I gotta.
But yeah,
can I quick share them to Discord?
I think you can. You can go ahead, save them on your phone and put them in the Discord chat.
I was wondering if my phone would allow me to just send them directly to Discord, but no, they're not going to. It won't let me. Well, maybe.
But yeah, no, I've got a lot of scars from different animals all over me. Because I just...
No, that's Twitter.
As a matter of fact, I think half of the scars on my chest is somewhere on here. Yeah, right here. So right here is another one. There's one from Bastion and one from Atreyu somewhere on here. Calliope's got me, but this is my oldest one right here.
But Chloe was a sweetheart. And so when they got the call to go get her, they drove to Washington. This dog would get severely car sick because when they drive with her, they would put her in a kennel too small so she couldn't, balance herself and she'd get car sick. She did not like going in the car. Neither her nor Tiberius did in their lifetime. Huh?
Sinbad gets really bad in the car. Like to the point where I have to hold him in my shirt and scratch his neck the entire time we're driving in
Yeah.
order to make him not puke and projectile shit.
But so we get him here. We found out apparently the kids would grab her by her front legs and swing her around. They didn't ever properly housebreak her. They basically just had her locked up in the garage where she had this small area that she could be in. She was extremely food obsessed. I know not all dogs are very good at regulating what they eat. The majority
but she was especially bad.
Oh, she was especially bad. I mean, the majority of mine, you can put down a thing of food and they won't run through it instantly. You could put down enough food for all 5 dogs and she would eat it all. Hold on. It was definitely a thing. Oh, there's one with Faye.
I apologize if you guys could hear that in the background. That was Dante expressing his anger. There he goes.
Is he unhappy with where he is?
He's horny.
Oh, right. But she had a much more motherly. I'm at 90 to go. I'll have an update for how much closer I am tomorrow morning.
Look at her. How could they do that to such a beautiful baby?
And she was such a sweet girl. There's only 2 in each one because I don't. But she has the curly fur. You can see her there.
Doesn't
There's
look like a
side barriers.
depressed Ottoman.
She totally looks like a depressed. When
So cute. She looks like a schnauzer and a cocker spaniel and a baby. And they have beautiful eyes.
she had beautiful, soulful eyes, but
Look at her eyelashes.
when she was in okay, so that little happy white face there, that's Faye.
She's
And that's Sophie, the Yorkie there. And then, of course, Chloe.
Guys, tell her how wrong she is. Look at that face. That's not depression.
I wish I had the right picture because when her fur was growing out, when you could see her in the curlier, longer fur, and it was on her face, she just looked depressed. And she was wide because she was thin. Because you couldn't let her free feed because she would just eat too much.
Cute though.
She was so sweet, but she had a much more motherly aspect to her than Faye ever did. However, they were still Faye's puppies, and Chloe tried to get to the puppies one day, and Faye went berserk. And I did the one thing you should never do in a dog fight, and I know better than to do in a dog fight. And I was, because this was literally the day after Faye had had the puppies. And I was having an absolute heart attack that she was going to get hurt. And I reached between them. And I got bit by Faye. And I deserved it because I was a moron.
I'd still do it again. I'd done it before and I'd do it again.
I would do it again. I would probably do it 100 times. If it was Grace, I'd probably throw my entire body in there. I'm not going to lie. I loved Faye, but Grace is a very special dog.
I have learned scruffing is a far better option.
It's a better idea for you and yourself and the animal.
Right. If you scruff a dog right here at the base of their head, and here's why. Because it puts pressure in the skin right here. So it's going to, I'm going to try it with it's going to pull back like this.
Well, it's very reminiscent of how a mother dog will actually punish her kids or pull them back and so forth. There's another picture of Faye when she was a cutie. She was. Grace is so much more special. But you're not supposed to have favorites. I have favorites, but Faye was the sweetie. I mean, Faye was a dog that should have been an only dog in the home. She's Flynn's mother. She's Flynn's mother. He got a lot of her attitude.
You keep telling. I'm gonna go check on Dante. Just make sure his little horniness isn't anything else.
Yeah, but she had her own attitude to everything. She could not tolerate very well other animals. So, she attacked Chloe while she had the puppies, And there were another time or two she did it, and then I had her fixed, and then I rehomed her just because it was getting to a point where it was unhealthy for her. It was unhealthy for the other dogs in the house. And when you have more than one dog, that's something you have to watch out for, is you have to basically balance your pack, and not every dog is going to fit into the pack. And sometimes it is better to find them a home and that they can thrive in. And I found her a very nice, I of course did the fee thing. I found her a very nice older lady who broken her back and was having back issues and couldn't leave the house much. So she needed a companion. And these beavers, thankfully, don't require much exercise. So you don't have to worry about walking them a whole lot, especially if you live in a smaller apartment. They get plenty of exercise running back and forth and barking at everybody, because they do that all day, every day. Speaking of pets, I recently heard that purring might make pigs sick. Oh, Purina. A lot of Purinas. Don't feed your dogs Purina. Not unless you have to. If there's another option, I would definitely go for it.
There's always every other option, and there are plenty of affordable options.
Also, don't feed the Walmart brand. Here we go.
Well,
Mom's going through her pictures and sending them to me. Here's a young Rudy. And
let me make sure he's calm enough to stay in my arms. If you guys don't realize, this is Dante.
Hi, Dante. You've gotten so big.
You're a big boy. All right, you stay with Mama, okay? Don't go getting all curious. Oh, the babies.
You see how young Rudy was there. And there's Chloe. Kind of looking depressed.
She looks precious. You stop it.
She was precious. She was also depressed. She was a very, very good dog. And here's another good picture. This is Chloe looking into the, watching the dog, the puppy box. Hold on.
Oh, baby boy. Athena don't like you. Don't bother talking to her. She's not gonna want to talk to you. Gorian wanted to come out too, so I'm probably gonna show you that. We can't see it though, baby. You gotta go to the next one. There you go. No.
So the puppies were in there, of course.
She was like, "Can I please? Can I please?"
She just wanted to. She really wanted those puppies. She wanted so much to love them.
Did she ever get to it all?
Oh yeah, when they got bigger and we started taking them out of the box, she got to play with them and stuff. But Grace was always Faye was always a bitch. In the fullest senses of the word. Oh my God, that's such a sweet photo of my Faye.
Now I know how I sound.
Yeah. She was despite being an absolute bitch.
Oh,
she was adorable.
Look at her perfectly little-sided mask.
Thank you, Vincent. I really appreciate you walking on my keyboard.
That's going to be the terrifying. When I get the trouble trio out, they're going to be everywhere.
Yeah.
What? He's talking to Athena. I don't know if you can hear him going.
Yeah, he wants to play with her.
No. He doesn't want to play with her. He wants
to. Nope. One of mine and Mom's favorite pictures of Flint. So, I had bought, it gets cold out here.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an excellent excuse to dress up your animals. I had bought Flynn a tracksuit. Hold on.
Like he should have a cigar and white flat leather shoes as well, tracksuit?
No, like he was Serbian tracksuit.
That's what I mean. Like he should have a little cigar, a gold chain, white leather shoes. What hand him?
Adidas, with the stripes.
Right. Exactly. Hold on, buddy. No, you're not going nowhere yet.
What's up, Sydney?
What's with that hair? What is it?
That was Faye's runt right there. And his face markings were absolutely are he's still alive. He's just living with an old man so that he doesn't continue trying to bite everybody around the house. And he's just so he's
Doesn't look real. Like,
no, and honestly, it's funny because now he'll come to the store and visit my mother, and visit us because we're both there. And you'll pick him up, and you don't really realize how tiny that little dog is until he's been gone for a while, and you pick him up, and there is just nothing to him. He weighs 5 pounds, and Sophie weighs 5 pounds.
that's crazy.
But Sophie feels so much more substantial than he does.
Maybe his 5 pounds is more just bones and hers is muscle.
I think his 5 pounds is all fluff. Not gonna lie. Where'd it go? There we go. And there's Vinny in the box.
Is that the asshole or is that Vincent?
That's Vincent. That's Vincent. The asshole, I don't even know if I have, because the asshole died really before the age of cell phone cameras were being
we
very
have
popular.
cameras, like old Polaroids, full of our animals as well. We were photo people. My mom bought me a digital camera as soon as I could get one. He's starting to get a little curious. He's sitting nice right now, but if he starts pulling away again, I'm gonna go switch.
That's Flynn as a baby.
Baby.
Yeah, and he's cute. He's so
I
baby.
love the little vase.
Yeah,
No.
with the one black eye and the white face.
No,
Oh,
you can't. You can't.
he's so evil, but so adorable.
You guys hear? He's a very vocal little boy.
He
What?
is.
What?
He just wants to be out and play, mommy.
Just wants to hump all the girls.
Got to get those balls cut off.
Oh my god, yeah, and he's got a set on him. No. She will kill you.
Literally and figuratively.
Right. No. You can't. I'm gonna go get your brother, okay? Because you being a brat. Well, actually he's not, he's being really good, but he is
They're
watching
probably-
her.
Well, while you do that, I'm going to scroll through on my own phone for pictures because I know I have a billion.
Hold on, let me turn this off then so that way they can all say bye-bye to Dante for now.
Hi, Dante.
I can't believe how big he is.
He
I'm gonna try to
is.
do a montage of how big they've all gotten. He is such a really sweet boy. Like, see this? I could do this with Bastion and he would just chill and purr.
Aw.
He's kind of on the same level. Look at what a sweet boy he is. I love him so much. Who's Mama's little demon boy?
How far down does this go?
All right, let's go get your brother. I'll be right back.
All right. I'm going to scroll through here.
Don't leave the fly thing alone. Excuse me, Daisy.
I really wish there was a way to just go to the bottom. I really have far too many pictures. What year am I in? Nope, that's Anime Matsuri. All the way down. Keep going. Whee! Going back in time by swiping my phone. Here we go. What's here?
This is how well behaved these kittens are. I can open the door and just take the one out that I want. What, Gorian? If you guys can't hear, he is screaming now.
Tasted freedom, and you took it away.
I know. I'm 2 seconds from letting them out and saying fuck it, but they really need their shots first.
Yeah, unfortunately, in your situation, they really do.
But look at how big Gorian is.
Is there a way to get to the bottom of this faster?
There should be a little slider on the side that takes you all the way down. Orion.
I don't see it.
Hey. See.
Oh, look at that white face. He's so.
He has got literally, in my opinion, the perfect cat face.
He's got a little heart on his nose.
I know, he's such a good boy. He's a little shit, but then like when I yell at him, like earlier today, he actually hurt me, and I yelled at him, and then he knocked down, like, I have a bunch of clothes piled up that I have to fold and put away.
Yeah.
And he knocked it down, and I had to rush up to grab it, and he sat on the bed and waited for me. And when I sat back down, he came over and like, I hate to make it anthropomorphize, but you could tell he was like apologetic. It was so weird. Like,
you know, you shouldn't over anthropomorphize your animals, but there are definitely times that they're doing things like Rudy, when he knows he's done something wrong, he will do this. We call it a smile. Yeah. He'll bare his teeth and he'll bite at the air a little, and he'll slink. There is no way to describe that other than he knows he did something wrong and he's looking for forgiveness. Now, most of the time he gets it because he's an asshole, but
I can hear Sinbad and Sunny roughhousing right now, and I can hear this. They can see this one. He is trying to see them and hopefully get to them. Oh, there we go. Do you want to see on the computer?
That's Gracie is a puppy.
No.
And then there's Rudy in a car seat.
No.
Handsome little man. And that leash she's wearing, Sydney chewed through.
Of course.
Because he's a bastard. God damn it.
Don't worry, guys. I think we're winding down just because the kittens are coming out and oh, look at this. I'll have to trim your claws again soon, sir.
I really wish there was I wish I had. Where is it?
No, you cannot go down.
Is it that I'm too old and I can't see it? Because I mean, I've seen a slider thing here on the side before, but I'm not. Oh no, that's not it. I'm not seeing it now.
I can't show you.
Well, it's not there.
Auntie Horror, I'm not there in front of you. I can't show you.
All right, hold on, Ashpeta, hold it still. What, buddy? So you don't, when you swipe up and down, do you see a little marker showing how high or low you are?
That's why I'm upset because I don't see it.
Can you long press on the side of your thing?
Nothing happens if I do it.
How old's your phone?
It's Samsung 2022 or 22 Ultra.
Then you should have it, sister. I don't know why you can't find it.
I think it's the Discord. I bet if I went in this way. Yeah, because if I go in this way. Damn it.
No, you can't. Athena's.
Then you can see it.
I know you are tougher than your brothers, but not by much.
Oh, you guys don't need to see it. I've got it. That'll make it easier.
And someone's in my sink again.
They're evil that way. Back when I was trying to get Grace's goddamn ears to stand. Where is it?
You are being such a good boy.
If you want to waste your time, try to get your dog's ears to stand.
No, sir. I'm going to help Hara get this picture up, then you're going to go back in the crate because you want to explore too much, which is understandable. Effort and futility.
That damn dog. I tried for months to get that girl's ears to stand.
I mean, they are in that picture.
Yeah, because they're taped. Stupid brat. Oh, I gotta share this. That's Faye and Sophie in their Halloween costumes.
Now, this is going to be the shortest one because he has never been good at being out of the crate, but he is the prettiest. Oh, what did I step in on?
That's Faye and Sophie in their Halloween costumes. Sophie's dressed as a little German maid, and Faye's dressed as a bumblebee.
Oh, gotta fix his eyes. Come on, sir. Let me get the gunkies away. There we go.
People get a good show of him.
Look at how pretty this boy is. Look at him. My little AT-AT. Goo-goo-doo.
He's so cute. All that work. All that work, and what did I get out of it?
Look at
I'll
this.
show you what I got.
Look at this boy. Look at this beautiful swirls of coffee beauty and grace.
He's got just gorgeous markings.
I love this boy. No, sir. You are not exploring nothing. You asked to come out. Your brothers behaved. You have to behave. You know what the best part is? He plays fetch. Like, I've taken some videos of him. I think I need to start posting them. He legitimately plays fetch.
I had a cat with my ex-husband who would play fetch. I mean, that cat would fetch for hours.
Oh, yeah.
If you let him. Oh, here's a good video.
No. You want to see what Mama's got? What's this? No, AT-AT. No, you can't go exploring.
He would play fetch until he was panting and drooling and out of breath.
This boy, he's so delicate about it. He'll come up and he'll hold on to it, and then he drops it and he sits back like this. He just loafs himself. No, sir, no. All right. He's always been the worst, and he is being. They all want Athena tonight, but also I want to show you before he runs. Look at this, his one toe. One little toe.
Little colored toe.
Oh no, baby, you gotta go back in the crate. I'll be right back. Oh,
all right.
No. I know, Daisy, but you already ate. Someday you'll be granted your freedom, but not today.
Oh, you're not really gonna be able to see that.
And then there's just my little red shadow. I know, so angry, so young. I know. Do you want to be free? You do. I don't want to free you. I want to keep you forever. Go. Man, he sheds like a motherfucker, though. Let me see. I see more photos. What a mop!
All that work to try to get those ears to stand. Look what they're doing. Ain't doing nothing.
They're being precious.
This is sad. I thought hopefully maybe that would play, but it's not going to play there.
I mean, I see it's a two
It's a
puppies
video.
looking out. Couldn't help it. It was right there. I see two heads.
What the hell? Oh yeah, that is, believe it or not, that's a picture of obviously it's a picture of two puppies. One spine and the other spine. That's Grace's first litter. And so for those of you who have never had a pregnant dog before, what you see there is two dogs taking up all the space where normally her other organs would live. Up along the spine there is all the shit in her body, like her intestines. So, as I'm sure you can imagine, her ability to go to the bathroom was quite limited. All of her other organs, her stomach, her liver, her spleen, everything else has been pushed up to the front of her body here, as you can see.
All the fun shit.
Yeah, so those puppies literally, I mean, it's about the same as in a human body when we have babies. They just push everything everywhere. Why are you trying to, I don't want to buy shit. What the fuck?
I'm trying to see where they're making us memes. Where's the memes?
Hold on. There's only 2, unfortunately, but it was fun.
That's 2 more than we normally get.
True. Hold on. It's actually under my stream of the show. I'll share that. Oh, hold on. I think I can. No, I can't. Here we go. Where's the thing I want? That's the thing I want. Stop sharing. And then share screen. Share. So while we were doing the hooded thing, Ace posted a couple of pictures. Did you want to share? Star.
Sorry, someone was giving me dumbass shit.
Oh.
How dare they?
And then there's this one.
How dare. Adorable.
It was just under our look, it's Inception.
No, somebody I am in the camp of I believe that harnesses are perfectly fine. A lot of dog trainers are saying harnesses are shit. Dog trainers that I actually very much like and admire, but I don't believe they're always shit.
I think it depends on the situation and the person and the intent. When it comes to a harness, if you're trying to train your dog, harnesses can actually make it much more difficult because instead of having a singular point where they can understand that you're asking them to do something, you are then instead strapped to the strongest point in their body where they can pull against you. And especially if you have a larger dog, I would personally not put a harness on a dog like Orion, just because if he decides to take off, you've got yourself strapped to the strongest point of his body, and he is dragging you down the street.
He doesn't with me though.
There are two things I really don't like on a dog that's untrained. That's a harness and a retractable leash.
I 100% agree on the second one because I actually don't believe retractable leashes should be used at all, ever.
I can understand why someone with a trained dog might use a retractable leash. But
even
if you're
then, I don't like the fact that because continue what you're saying and I'll say it in a minute.
If you use it thoughtfully, it can be used because you can stop it, you can hold it, and you can train your dogs. You know, these are the commands when I'm letting you use your retraction. This is when you're not using your retraction. And you have the ability to stop it in an instant should you want to. However, the shape, the weight, if that dog pulls that out of your hand, a lot of times you end up with more problems because first, a lot of the times when a dog is running to the point where it would pull that out of your hand, it's either running out of fear or prey. So if it's running out of fear, you drop that, it's skittering across the ground, it's going to scare that dog more and it's going to make it harder to stop. If it's prey, it doesn't really fucking matter because that dog's going to take off until he wants to stop anyway. And either way, you are in a weakened position to stop it. Now combine a retractable leash with a harness and you're totally fucked. But
Here's what I will
Um,
say. You kind of edged on the point I was going to make. I don't like retractable leashes because no matter how well trained the dog is, if you have it on the loose side and something scares the dog will be off and running before you can stop the retraction. Whereas when you have a regular fabric leash, you just yank and you're done. I have had Orion launch on me and Matt, and we have both stopped him, except for the very first time it happened. And that's because Matt was in the middle of buckling the belt around our waist. See, this is the problem I tell a lot of folks. A lot of folks use a harness and all that stuff with these. I don't believe your dog walking with you should be in a handheld leash. That is one of my personal opinions. It's not one widely held. I am a firm believer in walking leashes, walking belts.
I couldn't do that.
Yeah, see, for me, I prefer having both hands available, because at the center of my body is where Orion pulls from. And almost all the time, no matter what, even if he tries to drag me, he ain't getting far. And that I do use my weight to my advantage there. But I will say that I do agree that if you haven't trained your dog at all in it, you can't. But that's the case with almost any tool, in my opinion. If you just march out into the world without any training whatsoever on your dog, you don't train them at home, which yes, you can. I don't like when people sit there and go, well, I can't train them if I don't take them out. You 100% can.
You can walk your dog back and forth through your house. There ain't absolutely no reason you can't do that. And as a matter of fact, it's a better place to do it.
Exactly. You start out where you can control the triggers. Walk them in your driveway. Walk them in your house. Because then you've got a lot of small angles to maneuver them around. And guess what I did with Orion? That's what I did. I had him trained from the house, from when I took him out to go to the bathroom. He learned a lot of it that way. And with Orion, what I do is I train them that when I yank right from here. So I have it, so I go, and I do a very hard uptick on them. And they know that means sit down. And with Orion, because of his pulling, I added in the head harness. So when it pulls, I yank him no matter what to the side. And it pulls from two directions. I have a step-in harness, which I do believe makes a massive difference. I believe a step-in harness far superior to almost every harness used. Because every harness I see somebody reference is those full body ones that hook on two places on the body.
Yeah.
I did that on Orion. I did not like it. I got it because everyone told me that was a superior harness. It's not. It would get loose. It would pull up. Orion had far more liberties with it. Hated it. I far prefer the step-in harness because it connects between the shoulders and it only hits right here. So it's not coming loose. It's not coming off. It's staying cinched right there. And because it's fixated in that one spot, it also fixates where you're holding them. Whereas in a regular harness, like everyone else is showing me, it's got too wide of an area. And I definitely fully feel that when you have to have control of your dog, you should have control of the dog. The guy, Kaizen, that I have this debate with, on his video, he does show you also, if you are a harness person like me, fun fact, you can just loop your leash through the handle and create a cinch collar really quickly.
Yep.
And the thing is, again, I already have with Orion. The only reason Orion doesn't wear a muzzle is because Orion's really good at getting shit off of his face. Like, he's really good at it. And the really expensive one I'd have to get, i.e. custom, it wasn't worth it. A head harness made much more sense. Can he still get that off? Absolutely. With enough effort, because of the size and width of his muzzle, I can't lock any head harness in place. He easily can scratch it out. So I just cinch it as best I can, and I lock it around his head this way. So at least it's on his face, and I yank from that direction. But I personally feel trachea collapse is not worth it. And a lot of times, if your dog pulls at just the right time, no matter how well-trained your dog is, I would rather not collapse my dog's trachea just because of, how do I put it? That form of training. I would rather train them on the harness, get them used to it, get them trained in a routine, get them clicker trained, have them e-collar trained. Because again, I'm confident in it because I set him up for success. I didn't just stick him on a harness because it was easier for me and called it a day. I stuck him on a harness. I trained him to commands. I trained him to follow me while I walk. I have an e-collar on hand, and I have a head harness, and I have him belted to my waist. I have multiple levels of protection for him and multiple levels of training. With Greta, all I need is the harness, because Greta is very well, was very well trained. And she did pretty good in Gatlinburg, but I will say Orion did better. And
Ryan probably gets the lion's shares of the attention for it now.
So actually, they equally got it, and it's because Greta doesn't shy from it now. So,
well, I mean, in terms of training, he gets a little more focus in that regard.
Oh yeah, I have to, because the thing is, as I thought it would be, once I put Orion back in place, Greta starts to follow suit again.
Mm-hmm.
Only reason she would disobey is because she saw him getting away with it. She's like, well, if he's getting away with it, I don't have to do anything. And so then a vicious cycle. Not the case anymore, thank God.
Trachea collapse just isn't a big enough issue for me. It's not.
Your dog is small.
Well, I mean, even in my bigger dogs, honestly, trachea collapse is more likely to happen in a small dog than a large dog. But I mean, that's part of the why normally I would use a flat collar. The only reason I'm using honestly, before I was using a choke collar on Sydney, I moved to a martingale just because I got tired of the dirty looks from other people.
You like getting choked too, don't judge.
I mean, by the time anybody really noticed it, he was mostly over the point where I would need to use it at all.
Right.
And when he walks fairly loosely on the leash. The only time we really have an issue is when we're heading into work and he smells the fact that his little brother is there. And then he gets excited. And his little brother, my cousin has him on a harness, but unfortunately, it has the exact issue that I'm talking about. Because we are in a professional situation, one of the rules that I established with Sydney in terms of bringing him to work is when people walk by the office, you don't bark at them. I don't care what they're jingling around. I don't care if they're a 2-year-old running down the walkway. You don't bark at them.
Right.
You sit there. You might whine. You might walk out to the end of your leash and watch them, but you don't bark. Boris barks, and because he is on a harness.
He's Boris now, not Bruce.
Oh no, Boris is another dog. I'm talking about Bruce. Puppies. I've had a lot of puppies. You start to confuse them.
Oh, I know. How many times have I shout a different cat's name?
But Bruce barks, and when you try to correct him, as I would on Sydney, because he's wearing the harness, there is no correction. He gets yanked back, but there is no negative feedback in the proper way.
Right.
So he's not learning that he can't bark. He's learning if he barks, he gets pulled backwards.
Right.
There's no feedback, really. Oh my God, you froze.
Oh, damn it.
That means
think it's you. It's not me. It's definitely her, because she's all frozen now. And she went that. I'm waiting for her. She gone. She ran away. I've been abandoned. But no, for me, guys, when it came to Orion, in the beginning, I had to shock him a lot over. Oh, there she is.
I'm back.
Welcome back. Give it a second. Exactly, Sheep. We got this. He's there to help you.
He's very helpful.
Thank you, Sheep. Thank you, sir. You are a man of our time. And whatchamacallit, with Orion, like, this is what it means to have continual training, guys. in the beginning, when I first got the e-collar back on, I had already been training Orion to not punch the windows. But anytime I wasn't right there, he was punching the windows. And if I wasn't right there, even though I was shouting, it was punch, 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 punch. Then once I got the e-collar, I had to shock him all the time. And then it went down to a buzz. Now it is 1. And he just 2. So he now knows. When Matt comes home, I've tried to teach them to not jump all over everyone. But we don't get a lot of visitors, so it does make it a little more difficult. Plus, also, it is very, very rare that if they're out of the crate, somebody's walking in the house. 9 times out of 10, they are not greeting people directly. They are in the crate, so they have a moment to understand who's there, or they're outside. One way or the other, they're not directly involved with greeting someone as someone walks in the house. I just feel it's a smarter way to do it. The dogs are more prepared, and they're like, they're having a moment.
Well, more the fact it also establishes that the person coming in the house deserves more space than they are
willing to.
They understand how much more space they're supposed to give the new person as opposed to they're allowed to run up on the person.
Right. And by the way, normally it's just Orion running up on the person. Greta will have to be told to go meet the person. But with what we do with Matthew or me, when one of us comes home, the dogs are made to sit far back. Sometimes only at the brick, sometimes all the way at the rug, over in front of the TV. And I will often, before even someone knocks on the door or does anything, I will often, if I see that Matt has pulled up or I hear he has pulled up before the dogs notice, I will preemptively get them into the position. If they notice that he's pulled up and they start barking and everything, again, come over, wait. And they know. And Orion, for the most part, does really, really good about it. And then he launches and runs right up. So, once we release them, it's a launch. But we make sure that everything's put down. Because the problem is, if we walk in and we're carrying something, Orion has a habit of jumping up to nip at it. Which, if it's glass or anything like that, not good. Speaking of glass, I don't think this happened last week. I'm sitting there, minding my business. Luna had decided our new microwave was a fantastic place to lay down.
Oh, God.
This was the greatest spot in the world.
Of course.
Which it's not. Well, she somewhat thankfully, scared herself out of staying up there at the expense of one of my microwave dishes. I yelled at her. She got down. And so I repositioned it at the back where the corner of the wall was. I thought I was brilliant. There's nothing to go wrong. And I rearranged everything so that way there was no sure place for her to step.
That's what you thought.
Yeah. She still jumped up anyway when she couldn't figure it out. She started running in place. She launched the plate off of the counter. It bounced and then fell and shattered into a billion pieces.
Oof.
Right as Matt was walking up. Yes, Hunty. I see hearts. I see mom, ma. What?
She's going to say hi next.
Probably. Or she's going to be like, did you see my thing? Because, everyone's been quiet for a while besides when she wrote all hail and then she wrote give it a second. So I would not be surprised if chat has been talking, but for some reason this is not acknowledging it.
It could be.
Because look, now there's nothing. But please, I'm sorry. Please what?
Well, even on YouTube itself, it just shows that.
Weird. But I will say it's almost 3 a.m., so we're probably going to go soon.
Probably a good idea.
Because you're looking tired, too.
I am tired.
It's been a long day. It's been a long-ass day. But, whatchamacalls it? Yeah, and it was right as Matt was coming in the door. So, and I'm standing there, and Matt was outside, right? So I had to rush the dogs into the crate so that way I drew a thing. Well, I'll see, babe.
Check after we're done.
No, that means she wants me to show you. This is a Mom, I want everyone to see. Okay. This is kind of pretty funny. Hold on, I'm gonna show you horror. It's a good way to end the stream, I think.
Okay.
I think it's a good way to end the stream.
Very cute.
I like how Natanya's the innocent one in all this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's going on the Instagram. Yeah, that one's going up. Yeah, that's Black Cats to a T. That's Black Cats. She is chaos. Well, on that, I think is an excellent way to end the stream. Also, I really like how you drew me.
That's a really good, yeah. I like that representation.
Oh, I've got like, I'm not joking when I say I have exceedingly talented artists in my Discord. Like, I'm going to say this, and I don't know if it sounds arrogant or not. I have artists that are far more talented than me. And again, I don't know how bad it's going to sound. I didn't think I would find that in my political spectrum. I didn't think I would find that because it made it very much sound like I would never. And so I find not only people that are as talented as me, but more talented than me. I'm like, and on top of that, they all like me. They like my artwork, and they are in my Discord because they are, for lack of a better term, fans of mine. And I'm like, what did I? Thank you.
I mean, you have a combination of things going on there. For one, people who, yes, she did cross herself. She's Catholic.
Thank God.
People who are more on the right side of the spectrum have a tendency not to put their politics into their art. So they, for a combination of issues, one, because they don't, depending on the situation you're in, you don't really want people to know your affiliations because you don't want them to hold them against you. And the other, because a lot of them don't feel like their affiliations belong in their art, which, you know, I'm kind of for that personally. But that's more of an Italian thing. Depends on, I mean, I've done plenty of Catholics who aren't Italian.
It's probably more of a Rhode Island Catholic thing, but I will say he is right in that if you watch Italian movies, you'll see a lot of the old Italian bitches will be like, oh, hey, like, you know.
Maybe more of a more Orthodox thing than a...
Maybe.
Because a lot of Italians are a little more on the Orthodox side as opposed to... But yeah, so exactly. Most people on the right will use art to vent or to escape, and maybe even to vent, but even their vents don't necessarily have a political slant to them, whereas the left has more of a tendency to make their art not because they're trying to escape, but because they want to force the world to see them.
Somebody put something on Twitter, and I can only paraphrase it because this is YouTube. But they put it this way, and it was really poetic in its savagery, is that, you know, a lot of these artists, and they said this about trans people, but it was the same. They don't want to be heard. They don't let you have a break. They kick in your door, they shit on your carpet, and then they throw that carpet all over the walls. They leave nothing for you to enjoy. There is no space that they enter, that they create in, that you can just sit back and enjoy. They've got to smack you everywhere as loud as that with their point, and they never, ever let it go. They hit you over and over again to the point where they want to browbeat you. And she and I were just interacting with someone. Again, I don't talk about the thing happening over in Gaza at all. But you're going to make us talk about it by saying you're going to continue to inconvenience everyone until we care. It's the same idea, in my opinion.
Oh, and like I said, you got to be careful what you ask for. Do you really want people to care? Because you're not entirely going to have control over what exactly they care about. And I'm going to guarantee you right now, it's not going to be as heartless as it sounds. Humanity is a selfish, self-centered being, and they are always going to care about what's going on in front of them, what's impacting their lives, more than they are about someone who's being a war that's taking place thousands, hundreds of thousands of miles away from them that honestly they have no control over.
I agree, because I'm that way. I am that way. And the thing is, I will tell you right now, what did I say months ago about the Stop Big Oil? I have found reasons to travel further because of their protests, because of them not caring if someone died. Oh, that's a worthy death. If them not caring about who they inconvenience, who gets fired, who loses this. Oh, well, that's towards the justice. Take a guess what I'd rather donate to at this point than anything else. Just because they blocked thousands of people. They blocked ambulances. If you want sympathy, don't annoy people, because the thing is, I can be very sympathetic to a lot of things. The moment you tell me you don't care about anyone else that you're inconveniencing, but you simultaneously say, but you have to care. No, I don't. No, I don't. And you have made me especially not care now. And it's the exact same situation if you look at the art. Because the thing is, look at where we are all turning against them now. We are turning against the woke, the essence of what made Hollywood that way and all these things. We no longer want to embrace it. The embracing of what a lot of these leftist artists made, which is a lot of LGBTQIA++, nano, Zappa, whatever, is the heart of a lot of this artwork. And a lot of people don't want it anymore because they've inserted it into animation, into comic books, into stories, into writing, into TV, into movies. People can't escape it. It's in their TV shows. It's in their music. It's in their sports. It's in everything. There is no aspect of the American life right now where people can go and not hear about it. There is none. Zip.
Over my bathtub. I can sit in my bathtub and not hear about it. But then I do something dumb. Actually, it might not be dumb. I'm not sure what it is. I'll open Twitter and then I'll send tweets I wouldn't send if I wasn't in the bathtub.
That's because she's closer to the water, guys. She is summoning her cool vibes. The water.
I am floating. I am warm. I am bubbly. And fuck you.
Oh my God. I appreciate progressive art from times when it meant something. The thing is, there was a very short amount of time. It's like, again, if you listen to the feminist agenda, a lot of their arguments are stemmed off of things from the 60s. It's shit that doesn't exist today. You look at a lot of the issues that the Black Lives Matter movements, it's shit that ended in the 70s. It doesn't exist anymore, but they're still fighting it.
Well, this is a conversation Darylyn and I have had. It's the people today. Well, I mean, there's a combination of things going on here. The people today feel like they need something grand to strive against. They need to be part of some big battle to liberate humanity, even though most of these battles have already been fought and won. And then furthermore, at least in my opinion, too many people want to change something outside of themselves because then they don't have to work on themselves. Yeah, that.
I know. I agree. And that's why we say this. This is a generation of people who are still waiting for their fucking owl. It's like you said, they were raised to be told they were going to change the fucking world. They were going to be this shining light. They were going to be this amazing thing. And then they didn't.
Yep.
And instead,
Well, they couldn't. There was nothing there left for them.
Exactly. So instead of accepting that and then maybe making a small difference somewhere in their families' lives, maybe in their local town, nay, that was not good enough. So then they've got to claim that there's fat phobia. They have to write laws about fat people. They have to claim racism over representation. Like, and again, your boyfriend has spoken with me about this as well.
Mhm.
As if we didn't have great representation in the 90s. Like, we had very nice melting pot representation going on then. And now, I mean, they even fucked up that Hershey's commercial with representation.
Yeah.
I mean, and no one's happy about that. No one. I will tell you right now, there was one woman who did this video about it. And she was she's watching it. She watches the commercial. She goes, she can't take it. She ate the chocolate. You can't eat the chocolate. Put it back. Put it back. And then I went in the comments. No one, black, white, Asian, Spanish, gay, straight, no one liked it. And it's just a matter of, it's like you said, everyone wants to be special. And they cannot handle they're not special.
I mean, I disagree that they're not special. Everybody's special in their own little way, but you're not special in a way that the entire world is ever going to see.
That's what I mean. It's not good enough that they're special in the family. It's not good. How many times do you hear someone say, I had to escape this tiny town. I wasn't going to stay in this little shit-ass town, this little pissant town. I needed bigger things. My life was destined for better things.
I mean, I live in a tiny-ass town. I hear that a lot.
Exactly.
I hear a lot of people who are upset because they never left this tiny town and they could have been so much more. But I have to blame their parents. That is the people you are seeing today are the people their parents raised.
Oh yeah.
So the reason people are behaving like this, older generation, whichever generation you are right now, it's your fault.
So that's why I very much appreciate my mom and dad raised me, and they told me I could be anything I wanted to be. They said, you might change the world, you might not, but at least don't make the world worse.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, be productive, work hard, earn what you need. My mom.
Now we'll backtrack slightly. It's not entirely your fault, but it's a lot your fault. Because after you hit 18 or after you move out of the house, there is a point at which it's the other person's. It's their fault. But there's a 50-50 share in there. Just saying.
Right. And that's why it's just like, for me, it infuriates me because we just spent too much time telling, like, again, we spent too much time telling kids they were going to change the world instead of just saying, work hard to be the best version of yourself.
Well, I feel like we spent too much time not correctly defining what the world is. Because you can change the world. You can go out there right now and change the world for somebody by being nice to them, by giving them $1, by helping them find new clothes for a job interview, by volunteering, by all sorts of things. And that is changing the world. It's just not the grand sweeping scope of things that people want to be there. It's not going to get you in the newspaper. It's not going to get you in the history books, but it is a change that is far more important and more cumulative over time than all of those put together.
I agree. If people get mad when I say, if your entire life culminates to you being the best fry cook at KFC, okay? I worked at KFC for a few months. Maybe 9-10 months. People could tell when certain people were on. because certain people made
You
the choice
definitely can.
differently. You can. And so you might not be the person that changes all of KFC. But for the people every single day that come into that KFC, you might be the person that makes that meal a little extra special. And it's what Horror said, and Silvar is rounding it out beautifully. It's why even when I don't want to talk to people, I've always been this way. You pass out a compliment. If you think someone looks good, you go, "Hey, your shoes look really nice." I it's so second nature to me now. I will randomly compliment people because the thing is, I remember a lot of the random compliments I got. And the reason why they're more valuable to me than most of the compliments I get from friends and family is that random person had no need to say it. It didn't benefit them. They earned nothing for it. And they're never going to see me again. It was a genuine thing to make me feel good about something that they felt. I've randomly been like the things that make me believe I actually do have a good singing voice is the people who have caught me singing that don't know me.
Mm-hmm.
And I was singing a song in Walmart once. I was doing the toys and I was on my knees and I was just zoning the area, and this guy came behind me. He goes, I had to come find you. You sounded so beautiful. And I was like, "Oh." And then I was singing to Matthew once. I was singing the Backstreet Boys to him in Lowe's. And this woman came behind me. She goes, "You have the voice of an angel." And I was like, "Oh." Like, you know, it's moments like that. It's people who come up and would say to me, "I've never seen a fat girl dress as nice as you." And I know that seems like a backhanded compliment, but I tend to agree. So,
you know, right up there with you're pretty for a fat girl.
You're pretty for your size. We all know what they mean. But
If you just lost a little weight, I appreciate that. Thank you. I understand. I am very pretty. I don't really need to be reminded that if I lost some weight, I'd be prettier. But thanks.
I have learned to accept that they don't mean it.
No, they don't mean to. They're not trying to be cruel or they're not trying to be fat phobic or they're not trying to be mean. They're trying to be inspirational. They're trying to help someone that they see that that has something that they think is attractive move to a new level, as opposed to trying to shame them or be cruel to them or anything like that.
Exactly. And I think the thing is, like, I know a lot of my audience are people who are exercising, people who have gotten fit. I have a lot of dudes in my comments that are fitness guys. They love listening to my content because I try to keep people inspired. If any of you guys are listening to me while I have found apparently they love to listen to these while they're at the gym and stuff. If you see someone overweight, huh?
Bees?
Yes. I usually get a couple of hundred reviews afterwards. So, like, it's not like our views never stay stagnant. They always go up by at least a couple of dozen. And at most of them go up by another 100 or 200. So we get watched. Yeah, I'm watching a little stampede behind you. And I heard
was reading Silver's.
Huh?
I was reading Silver's comment.
What? At least it isn't you'd be prettier if you didn't have a giant mole on your face.
That's not true, Silver. A giant mole can, in fact, be removed.
Unless it is cancerous or wrapped around a vein. Found that out the hard way. Well, not my hard way, but someone else. I had a customer that came in, and I forgot how the conversation got on it. I didn't bring it up. They did. And they were like, "Yeah, I can't get it removed, so."
They probably noticed you staring at it.
I wasn't staring, I promise.
Yes, you were.
I wasn't. Because I can't. They grow back on. That's true.
They can. Yeah,
that is very true. Thinking of plus size person in my life who used to be bigger than me. She's never put much effort into her appearance, and I wish she would because she is pretty. Right. But if you start if you see someone making an effort, if you see someone looking good, if you see someone that looks put together, there are so many ways to make life better. I I know I've probably said it before, but I've not. I'm going to say it right now. I have a couple of tenets that I live by. I vow to try to make the world better. Every room I walk into, for lack of a better term, I try to make it better when I'm leaving. I try to make sure I leave it better than when I walked in. And I pray every day that somebody that needs me is put in my path. I ask the Lord, I will be your conduit. I will operate you as you need me. If you put someone in my path, I will help them. Due to the fact that I wrecked my bike. Again, I just tuned in, started walking home and using a dumbbell while at my desk. The walking is due to the fact that I wrecked my bike. Again, oh, that stinks. Oh, I'm so sorry. But I'm glad you're walking. I'm glad you're using your dumbbell at your desk. That's still keeping up the pace. That's doing good, dude.
Yep.
Just sorry that your bike got wrecked.
That sucks about the bike, definitely.
Yes. And whatchamacallit. But yeah, I lost a train of thought. I saw the
You would have missed us if we could shut up. I said we, not you. I'm not blaming you. It's both of us. We both have issues.
What are you talking about? We are not chatty girls at all. We're very quiet. We don't have much to talk about, you know.
You see, the only one who can actually get away with that is me. You put that one in a room, she'll talk.
Only because I have to. Barely had tumbled. My bike decided it was going to be dramatic. And
oh, no.
So much it needed a replacement. Oh, ow.
Oh, God.
Yikes
That sucks bad.
I just say it. I'm sorry. Yikes on tykes?
Sounds like something Epstein might say.
Have you seen the Stephen Hawking's memes? I swear to God, people have been going fucking wild on those. If you haven't seen the Epstein memes, you thought they were good when only he hadn't killed himself. But before we get this one demonetized too, because the last couple have risked, I know a couple of them have been demonetized. I want to risk this one too. So here's
I can't be demonetized. I'm not monetized. Woohoo!
Sure, she comes out unscathed.
Mm.
But with all that being said, I pray every day that God sends someone's my way. I would love to operate as the Lord needs me to. And I find that ever since I've said that, even when it inconveniences me.
Especially when it inconveniences you.
Yeah. It often happens. But
God's like that.
God's like that. It's not, you're not supposed to make that prayer so that way it makes your life easier. You're making that prayer so that way you can operate as God sees need for you to do. And so you can help others.
It's always when you're like least feeling like it. Because God really...
He reminds you it's more than about you. And I think that's something a lot of people need to learn, because that's what I've learned a long time ago. Sometimes at my own expense. I will say sometimes I don't put myself ahead enough, but I need to go to bed.
Maybe that's another lesson God's trying to teach you.
5, Hunty, you're in my time zone.
Yeah, she should be in bed.
2 hours of sleep. Freaking A. Holy fire burns too. Exactly. But all right, guys, I think this is a great time to slide on out here. So why don't you, my darling, lead the cause?
I will be on Brahma's channel tonight. Tomorrow tonight. Well, it's after midnight, so yeah, tonight. We're going to play some Party Animals. I will be on the midweek hump on Wednesday. Tomorrow night, I might be dual streaming onto my channel. I don't know. I have to talk to Brahma about that. He offered. So I need to do that. Midweek hump on Tuesday or Wednesday. Midweek hump on Wednesday. Thursday, I will be reading, be finishing up The Whisperer in the Dark. If I don't get all the way through it, I will continue on to the next day. And then, hey, Tomby. What's next? Friday, I'll be doing something. I'll be playing a video game. Saturday, we'll be doing Neverwinter Nights. Sunday, Party Animals Tuesday. Yes, Silver. Sunday, I will be on Devil Made Me Do Its channel at 4 p.m. Pacific. We are going to rank ghost movies. So that'll be fun. And then Monday, I'll be right back here, assuming the worst doesn't happen, with my friend Star San. Well, we'll talk about everything,
Literally.
including animals.
Tuesday streamer, I'll cry. Well, I was actually about to address that because it'll depend on when Starman gets home because all these litter boxes need to be changed first. It was supposed to get done today, but due to unforeseen circumstances and arguments, it did not. So it might get a little delayed. It might not be at noon for several reasons because, again, the house. But at some point tomorrow, I'll be streaming. Some point tomorrow. And I will also be uploading a new video this week. I'm going to try to get a couple of edited this week.
Ooh.
And you're right, like I need to. We got a bunch of things to discuss. We got Tess Holiday to discuss. We got to discuss about how there are fat ass influencers that think that you not being able to wipe your butt should be a point of pride. Yay, cellulite. And to brag about losing weight so you can clean yourself again is fat phobia, of course. And ableism. We talk about Tess Holiday no longer being a model as if she ever was one.
I mean, she's a model of something.
She is the model of a perfect fat citizen. Anyways, but I will then, if all goes well, next Sunday, I should be on with my ladies of Mother to Smother. And then next Monday, you will see me here with the darling, lovely, beautiful, and my partner in crime, Miss StarMorata. We're going to talk about whatever the hell we want to talk about.
Pretty much.
Mostly
For show.
It's we do what we want. But
Hell yeah. What are you going to do? Stop us?
Yeah. Mass reporting. Oh, they stopped us. And we have more channels. Anyway, we're everywhere. But anyways,
Won't take me off of Rumble.
if not, we'll go to Kick. They may not like us there, but they comment a lot. And
If only it was intelligent.
oh my god! If only it was original.
Right.
My god, why are the people on Kick so boring?
I don't know. I think it's because they're used to going to like some skinny girls channel and saying that shit, and it bugs her.
I think it's because they're mostly used to going to, like, for lack of a better term, not just skinny girls, like weak girls. Maybe they never just insulted, or because they have freedom to say whatever they want. They realize they have no originality. I don't know what it is. It's just
I don't know.
man. But either way, guys, remember to get your animals spayed and neutered. Remember to tell people that important to you, that you love them and to be safe. So, horror. I went to turn the wrong way.
Yes.
I went this way.
You did. But I'm over here.
I love you.
I love you too.
Be safe.
Be safe, honey.
Be safe, everyone.